And
Is it
we're
on?
and we are live.
Oh,
Well, we are
okay. Well, cool.
recording, but still.
We aren't live, but we're definitely recording. That's one thing. So
Recording
today,
beyond.
Good eye.
on this Valentine's Day Eve, we have many stories to tell. These stories are written directly from the bottom of hell by the worst writers on fanfiction, Wattpad, and archive of our own. Their stories will be filled with love and make themselves known.
Because all we need is love.
Right, that was my mom.
It's
I don't even know where to
Mr.
start.
Bob.
No, that literally was my mom. She was just saying like, "Good night, Tom. Good night, Tommy." And I just said, "Oh, good night." I
Good
passed
night,
out.
Miner.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, basically we had a deal that if like I made a deal with my friends on Twitter that like if I got exactly 3 retweets, we would read that whole Hi Puffy Amiyumi fanfic that I described in our last recording. It's 11,000 words long, and we're gonna read the whole thing in this recording, basically.
Yes. Yes, we are.
By the way, there was a funny post that somebody sent me from my boy Mike at Unoriginal Fail. He said, "Wait, isn't that technically real person fanfic?"
Real
And the
person?
answer,
Heck?
yeah, because Puffy Amiyumi is a real band.
Oh, yeah.
You know what though? All I can say is this is definitely better written than the fucking pregnant Billy and Mandy and the goddamn drunk number 3 fanfics.
I couldn't really get enough of that one, to be honest with you.
That it was just the Billy and Mandy fanfic. Legitimately, I couldn't even bring myself to read the whole thing. I assume we're gonna get a couple of comments saying, "Hey, why didn't you guys read the whole thing?" Dude, I would have, I already read the whole thing once. If I would have done it twice, I would have given myself a goddamn brain aneurysm.
Oh
Like
my
I would have had,
god.
I would have had a stroke on voice chat. You would have literally heard me fucking dying in the YouTube video.
Oh boy. Oh
Okay.
boy.
Also,
Uh,
be sure to show them the like cover photo that they uploaded to archive. The fucking the 480 pixel picture of Yumi crying. I love that.
Oh yeah, for the Memphis Signals or Signals take. For the Memphis Signals take.
Fucking
Have Yumi
satanic Memphis rap cover.
yes, have Yumi crying in like a pile of skulls in hell.
you know what? You know what? I couldn't. I I I I think that would have been.
Go
Oh
hard.
god. Now we have two ideas for a thumbnail. Damn.
That'd be fucking fire right there. That'd be
So,
fire.
what do you think? The building or that?
I still have to go with the building one. That's such a funny idea.
You
I
know
just don't know
what?
what the
Yeah,
whole
I'll do with
thumbnail
the
idea
build.
is. So.
No, that would actually give out the context
Yeah,
Yeah.
alright, okay. Here's what I do. Let's
of
match
this
both. Then we
fic.
have the building in hell with like pile with like a skull pile on the bottom.
God. You know what? Oh, she just comes in like a pile of skulls, like the fucking frogfish in the SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
You know what? I'll try and edit that. I
Oh
can't.
god.
I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best.
Yeah. And then to make it even more edgy, have the freaking title just not be the actual title of this video or the fic. Just have it literally just be alone, alone and crying in hell, or crying in hell, or alone in hell, basically.
Alone in hell.
All alone in hell. Just
She's
have
just
the
jumping off a
freaking.
building in hell, and the fucking like devil is waiting for her at the bottom. And then it's like the fucking skeleton of Smitty Werben Jensen and the weird, and the number 1 statue at the fucking bottom.
Yes.
It's like the Flying Dutchman laughing in the background.
That could have been a recreation of a Cannibal Corpse album.
Wait, no, I should put
Oh.
like a swag Danny Phantom and like fucking overlay that with like mixed opacity in the background too.
Yeah.
Mixed
Oh yeah. If you're like
opacity.
doing album
You know,
covers,
okay, hold
Corey,
on.
I
You know
did.
how like an image is like very slightly transparent, so like you can see that and the other image at the same time. Basically, that's what I would do.
Hold
It's like
on.
transparent but not fully.
Oh yeah. You know how you're doing like album covers, Corey? Can I
Yes.
request? Can I
What?
request you sometime doing a parody of this one?
Parody of what? What do you got? Oh my
Like Pokemon
god.
Shepherd.
With
Sex
who?
Mafia Mystic Styles.
It's okay. We had this with like the girls from Amphibia Star Versus and some from Molly McGee or Owl House.
And
Oh
fucking
god.
Ann Star and Molly McGee. You know what? Technically, you could just have Scratch and Molly McGee, since like I'm pretty sure there's some satanic theme in that show anyway. Oh fuck! Now I have a fanfiction idea.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Minor,
Marcy.
the ultimate fanfiction master for
Yeah.
writing.
Okay. For those who are listening that don't know what we're talking about, you pretty much want to show this in this part of the video to make sure everyone's on board. Corey.
Cute. Oh my
Also,
god.
also, also, yes, I'm gonna request Marcy to be on the cross because of course the dead one's gonna be on the cross.
Percy didn't die. She's just missing in action, like Noble Six in
Yeah,
Halo.
it's basically this.
Heroes
But with
never die. They're
Star,
just still missing in action.
but with Star, yeah.
Now, hold on,
With
so
Star, Molly,
Sasha,
and Anne.
Star, Marcy, yeah, Star, Marcy, Sasha. The last two can be like Molly, and one can be Molly. The last one, either and Molly's like Jew lolly friend or one of the Owl House characters.
Okay, well, what's the name of like that one Jewish character in Molly McGee? I'm trying to remember.
Oh
Remember
god.
it though.
Oh
Her name is like
god.
Libby, I think.
Libby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's
Libby. It's Libby.
yeah, Jewish people would do this, right?
Uh,
No.
definitely yes. Jewish people would worship Satan.
No. No.
Oh no, no! I'm pretty sure that historically lines up somehow, according to like a drunk anthropologist or something.
What?
Technically, if you read some Jewish mystic books or whatever, I know. Point is, I'm pretty sure Jewish mythology. Pretty sure somewhere in Jewish mythology, it does let you create a golem like stone people. That's where they're from.
What?
Storm. What?
Yeah, like the mythical creatures, golems you would see in Castlevanias or other similar games. They originally from Jewish mythologies, and apparently there's like some
No fucking way!
Jewish
I'm looking that up.
mysticisms.
I
No,
looked up
no.
Yeah,
Jewish.
I kid you not. They originate from Jewish mythology.
Oh, you mean a
Golems.
golem? I thought you meant golem like from fucking Lord of the Rings.
Oh, golem. GOLEM, like giant stone sentient monsters.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's real. I actually have talked to Hebrew priests before. That's actually real.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of stuff I think a lot of people don't know about me.
Oh.
Alright,
Yeah.
we're
Oh
getting way
boy.
Oh
on, so we
boy.
gotta leave this
Yeah.
shit. We don't have all night.
Can I say this story about this like album cover I shared, like Mystic Styles? There's like
You know, fucking you might as well.
there's like one story I want to tell before this. So apparently 36 Mafia, apparently at the time when they're like, taking pictures of this album cover, apparently in like some dark area, apparently when they're done shooting this picture and all that, according to like one of the guys, where I think his name's Koopa Classic or something like that, butcher's name. Point is, one of the guys literally spotted like a nearby building, and they see some activity or lighting going on. They checked inside, and according to them, they literally see like, according to them, white people in weird dark robes worshiping some statue.
That
So,
actually lines up. You know what? I believe that.
Oh my
so,
god.
literally 36 Mafia when they're like recording or like shooting this like album cover in the middle of somewhere in Memphis, they literally stumble upon a freaking cult worshipping session in some
Yeah, they
building
just
nearby.
stumble upon a fucking satanic cult.
Yeah.
Oh no, now that's an idea. Fucking Molly McGee versus the satanic cult.
Yeah.
It's just like that
I
one
wouldn't
scene in the movie
bother.
where the black guy rips off the KKK hood and he just fucking does all the Klan members. It's just like
I
that.
wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
Nonetheless,
some
I
real shit
wouldn't be.
happening in the city, brother.
Yep.
I could tell more about Memphis' connection with the occult, but I think I said enough for now.
Yeah. All right. Okay, who's gonna read first? Minor. Who's gonna read
Minor literally
first?
muted.
Damn it, Minor.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I might as well do this for you guys. It's like one chapter, right?
Oh, there's 10.
Okay, the first one's not
Okay,
short.
I'm bad. Sorry about that. My dad just gave me a bagel and.
Okay, who's
Okay,
gonna
you know
read
what?
first?
You know what? The first
I'm
one
on
doesn't
the
look that.
case.
Come
It's the
on.
shortest
The
one
first
anyway.
one doesn't look that long.
Okay,
So, you
you'll
know
read
what?
first?
Fuck it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm
Minor,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
anything
Ran up like
because
three-
it doesn't look that
He just
long.
ran up like 2 flights of stairs. Totally. Just give me a second to catch my breath.
Alright, let me read the
I know. Hold on.
description. What are you supposed to
Ah,
do when you're in love with a... Okay, what are you supposed to do when you're in love with a certain pink-haired girl and suffer from self-harm? Rated T for language and triggers.
Rated fiction T. Okay, I've read this one before. This is not a fucking T-rated story. I don't care.
All You Need Is Love by Viking Raw
Viking Rar moved.
Rar
So,
Moved.
what else this
Good
guy's
name.
written? Okay, I was looking through this guy's other fanfics and I thought this was funny. He wrote a story called Sweet Love, and it's from Death Note apparently.
Oh god.
That one's description is, "Oh, the adventures of Rado-kun, rated M for your mom. Also, I would like to note that I do in fact make meme references, Hetalia references, and MLP references. And no, I'm not hating on quotation marks special people, aka quotation mark again retards."
What?
I just thought that was funny.
What?
I don't know. Hold on, you.
Remember, also give a
Remember
like.
the Sunwell.
So people give a like if you know or even remember what Hetalia was.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
fucking
Oh,
like
I'm
this
sure
video
everyone
and
knows what Italia is.
I think we should read that one too because that's only like 600 words. Like, why not, right?
God, 600. Alright.
I'm pretty sure there's still some active Hetalia fans today. I'm pretty sure they're making
Yeah, of
videos
course
trying
there
to
of
ship
course there
between
might be
Russia,
some
Ukraine,
still
and the US.
some Hatalia fans still.
Yeah, they call
I
themselves
mean the U
mainly
I
located
mean the UK Russia Ukraine crisis is literally just like yaoi love triangle fuel for some of these Hetalia fans.
Yeah, like there's literally anime characters named Germany or Sweden.
Hold on, is there a fucking Ukraine and Hetalia?
Let me look this up.
And
There has to be,
Russia
hold on. Oh my god, there is.
and
now they're making a
Ukraine
Ukraine
and
Hetalia.
Israel. I'm not kidding. Israel.
Oh yeah, there is. No, now fucking Ukraine and Hetalia is gonna get double teamed by Russia and China.
Oh no.
Yeah, China, isn't it?
Oh no, guys. Ukraine's a girl in Hetalia from
Yep.
Yeah, she is. I didn't even know that. I thought it was all guys. Also, low-key China.
I thought it was all guys too, not gonna lie.
Fucking same.
Look. Yeah, look. Oh my frig. Yeah, like Corey, you pretty much gonna like share some of these pictures or to know what the fuck we're looking at.
I'm sure everyone knows what Italia is.
Oh, I'll
know
post a
what
picture of Ukraine just for a fucking.
You don't know what Ukraine looks like because Ukraine has some big titties from what I'm seeing.
What?
Yeah, Ukraine got big titties.
Excuse me?
Like, what? I'm kidding. Like, yeah, like I'm not kidding. The Ukraine character actually has some big tits.
Voice chamber, please.
Oh yeah, big.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that big fat mommy milker's about to get sucked by Russia and China.
I think that's special.
Yeah, like I can't get like.
And Ukraine's a dirty blonde.
I know, she's like a fucking dishwater blonde.
Dishwater
Alright,
blonde.
Way off track here. Alright, I'm gonna start.
Okay, I'll say this before we
gonna
finally go into topic. Now I understand why Joe Biden wants us to go into Ukraine.
What? No. Oh God.
I'd like to go into Ukraine. If you know what I mean. Yuck. All right, let's get
Yuck.
Okay,
It's like those guys from the SpongeBob movie.
I sound like Goofy when I sound like Goofy when he's on crack.
Okay, I promise one last note before we finally start about Ukraine.
You gotta give me some of that below.
Basically, Ukraine here is basically prototype Uzaki.
Pro
Oh
Hakizaki.
my god, literally, yeah, you're not wrong. She's like prototype Uzaki-chan. Uzaki-chan v 0.5, the less fucked up version.
How many seasons does this series have? Curiously.
It runs like 99% on Fanfiction. Anyway, who fucking knows?
On what?
Right,
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna read the first chapter.
Okay, yeah, we're getting off topic here.
On today's episode of Hi Puffy Ami Yumi, Yumi is feeling a little bit of love for her friend Ami. And already my writing is actually better by complete improv than this is. I closed my eyes and brushed my hair back as hot water began to fall on my head. I sighed and looked down at my hands. I couldn't help but move my eyes to my scarred up arms. I felt my eyes fill with tears as I recalled each cut, each bandage, each scab that I caused to appear on myself. My knees went weak, arms spaghetti.
I love how all of that is made up. Not even.
I swear that's not. Literally, that is like the beginning. I just added like that last sentence. My knees went weak and I found myself sitting on the floor of the bathtub. I squeezed my eyes shut and covered my face. Sometimes I wonder why I did this to myself. But then I would hear those voices in my head telling me I was weak, spineless, and that I could never win Ami. I hated letting other people have the last word, and I wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to show them that I was stronger than they thought. They only came back when I questioned my self-harm. They only come back. I finally came back to reality. Snapped back to the reality. Yo, there goes gravity. Somebody started banging on my bathroom door. I realized my water was almost cold. Yumi! Kaz yelled through my door. You're using up all the fucking hot water! You've been in there for 2 hours! My eyes went wide and I jumped up. Sorry, Kaz, I yelled back, turning off my shower. I stepped out and grabbed my towel.
Yes, they're in the shower for 2 hours.
For 2 fucking hours. Wait, this is chapter 3!
Wait, I was about to say, you're not even reading the first chapter.
I skipped to chapter 3. Oh my, I am so sorry, everyone. Let me see.
I'm about to say.
Well, if you're gonna edit that out. Like, you're gonna edit me saying some slurs. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
No. Okay, now read. Now read. For real.
The lights blinded me because they were so damn bright. I shaded my eyes with my hand and squinted. Kaz was there, standing in front of the stage. Hey Kaz, tell those assholes to not make the lights so damn bright, I yelled at him. He sighed. You always have something to complain about, don't you, Yumi? Since I could finally fucking see again, I crossed my arms. If only because you guys fuck everything up. You know what? Fuck Yumi in this. He fucking deserves to jump off a building. Ami looked over at me. Maybe you're being a bit harsh. I looked back at her. Maybe he's just a pussy.
Kaz is not a pussy, okay?
Fuck Yumi. Kaz literally does everything for them. Kaz is actually cool.
I know!
Yeah, they fucking...
Poor Kaz.
No wonder Yumi is depressed. She's just a fucking alt girl who's an asshole to everyone. That's why she's depressed. I looked at my reflection in the mirror. I glared at
I have become so numb. Okay, sorry. I just made.
Repeat yourself.
I have become so numb. Alrighty. reread
you
that.
know
I'm
this
sorry.
yourself? I slipped off my wristband and set it down. I returned my glare to the mirror. Just because you're a rock star doesn't mean you're worth a damn. I picked up my razor blade and looked closely at my purplish blue eyes. Look at your own eyes. Oh, it's a mirror, I guess. Maybe you need to be taught a lesson. I put a drumstick between my teeth and bit down. I put the edge of the blade against my wrist. I bit down harder and dragged the corner of the blade across. I seethed in as I felt the blood run down my arm. I put down my razor blade and drumstick to wash off my arm. I wrapped the wound in gauze. Just as I was walking out, I heard a knock at my door. I quickly put my razor blade away and slipped my wristband back on. Come in, I called, straightening my wristband as the door slowly swung open. Yumi? I turned to the door. Ami was standing in the doorway. Come in, bro. I threw on a smile and motioned her in. She stepped in and closed the door behind her. Can I talk to you? She had a concerned look on her face. Oh boy, lesbian drama. Let's go. That's not in the story, by the way. I gulped, but she put the smile back on my face. Yeah, sit down. Quickly sat down. You know, I'm gonna do ASMR now. She sat across from me. Oh,
Sunio
what's
ASMR.
up? She looked at me with that sad look. I fucking hated it when she looked at me like that. Very good ASMR dialogue. Yumi, have you been feeling okay lately? She twiddled her thumbs. Yeah, I put on the fakest look of concern I could possibly muster up. And you know that you can talk to me about anything, right? She stopped twiddling her thumbs and looked up at me again. Yes, of course. You're my best friend. I put my smile back on. She smiled and hugged me. Because you seemed really upset today, and I wanted to make sure you knew that I'll always be here for you. I went numb and hugged her back slowly. Yeah, I pretended to sound happy. I'll be going then. She skipped out of the doorway. No problem, I smiled, standing in the doorway. She turned around to wave at me. Good night, I waved back. Night, I waited until she was out of sight before going back in. I slowly closed my door and sighed. I put my back against the door and sunk to the floor. Sorry. I wiped the tears from my eyes. All you need is love. I paused and looked up. Ami was singing in the other room. All you need is love. I brought my knees to my chest and held my head. All you need is love, love. I let out a quiet sob. Love is all you need.
He's like a punk rocker now.
I can't be a punk rocker.
Oh my god.
Oh no, this is where shit goes down if I remember correctly. I'm just gonna read
Okay.
this one too, then you can read chapter 3.
Okay.
You should read chapter 3 since I fucked up and read that one first. You should read that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of
alright.
saying all I need is love.
All you need is love.
All you need
Love
is
is
love.
unnecessary.
Love
Love
is
is affect
Ami is love. Ami is life.
No,
I pray to her every night.
they sing that.
I
but they sing it in
masturbate
a
to a
different
figure of
way.
her every night.
It's like so it's like a vaguely like it's like a audio of what is love, what is life, what is love, just vaguely edited to be just vague and tuned in the background.
Hold on. What if Ami and Yumi's next album was like a fucking lesbian Memphis rap?
Yeah. What is
What?
Lesbian Memphis rap, and they fucking start singing like and then they turn into a satanic band called Brain Damaged Lesbians.
like what is love, what is murder, what is love, what is murder.
And they both
It's
start.
all like and
What is murder? What is love? What is murder? What is love? What did you say?
Oh, I just said I pray to Satan while I suck a fat clit.
Murder love.
I'll
Okay,
read
read. Read.
Okay, here we go. Chapter 2. I groaned at the light flooding my room. Kaz stood in the doorway. Time to get up, Yumi. I sat up and groaned some more. What time is it? He chuckled like a jackass. He chuckled like the jackass he is. Fuck you, Yumi. 6:15. I rubbed my eyes and glared at him. Why so fucking early? He gave me a funny look. Yeah, we have a CD signing today, don't you remember? I paused for a second and then popped on my back. Fuck. He chuckled again. Let's get up. I swung my legs off the bed. Yeah. He closed the door. Ami! Are you awake? He yelled down the hall. Yes, Kaz! My herder called back. I groaned again and finally got up. I put on my favorite shirt and jeans. What idiot wears jeans? Jeans fucking suck. Anyway, I slumped out of my room and into the kitchen. I sat down in my favorite chair and laid my head on the table. I cannot work
Layered.
today. Why do we have to do shit so early? I groaned into my arm. Why is there like a roleplay dash at the end there? This isn't. This is not sultry, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there is no sex in this, at least from what I remember.
Shh, don't spoil.
Well, it's not really the point of the story anyway. There's some crazy shit that happens. You'll see. I was startled awake by a loud clang. I looked to see a plate of eggs in front of me. I looked to see Ami with another plate in her other hand. Sorry, Yumi, she giggled. I groaned and picked up my fork. No worries. I shoved a huge fork full of eggs into my mouth. Damn fucking Rocky Balboa, anyway. She sat across the table with her own plate. Kaz dragged himself into the kitchen. He looked at our plates and scoped out the room. Hey, where's my breakfast? Ami giggled again. Oops, it must have slipped my mind. I looked over at him lazily. Make your own breakfast, Baldy.
Hey, bald guys save lives.
Fuck you, Yumi. Kaz is awesome. He pouted and started pawing through the fridge. I returned my full attention to my plate and shoveled more food down my throat. Girls, we're here, Kaz announced. He and Ami both looked out of the window. There was a little record store. The winter snow blanketed it white and sparkly. I grunted and grabbed my jacket. It hadn't even been a minute before the crowd had already gathered around the city. Girls squealing like pigs and guys chuckling like fucking perverts. It was the life of a rock star. When we stepped out, it only got louder. I would have gotten a headache by now if I wasn't used to this shit. Ami smiled and waved while I glanced Ami smiled and waved while I glanced around with my hands in my jacket pockets. We pushed.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Yumi is just full of angst in that moment.
I'm gonna Google search like an emo Yumi while you're reading chapter 3, and I'm gonna post that in the chat. We have like super hyper fucking emo angst Yumi right now.
Super Monkey Team Hyper Force Skull.
Super emo angsty Evanescence Team Go. I'm gonna fucking make an edit of that later. It's gonna be Ami with This is gonna be Ami with a fucking team of like super edgy people next to her. It's gonna be like her, Alice Cooper, the fucking guy from Edward Scissorhands, and a bunch of others. Like fucking Shadow the Hedgehog with a gun is there.
and Ryuko.
Yeah, Ryuko, ow the edge.
And they label themselves Owl the Edge.
And all of them are like a Koopa Costa background.
God.
Oh god.
Oh no, the fucking girl from like Charlie Murder and Gaz from Invader Zim are there too. Then like a bunch of other goth characters.
Yeah, oh, and Sam Manson. Don't forget her.
Oh yeah, from Danny Phantom. How can I forget? No,
she's based.
She's just like got an assault rifle and she's got like an anti-meat symbol on her back. Like a leather jacket. She's like the girl from she's like a girl version of the fucking guy from Hatred.
God.
I think one of my favorite memes ever was when it was like this SFM animation of the guy from Hatred, and he's like, and it's just like that one scene from either Metalocalypse or Venture Brothers where they're just like in a conference room meeting where they're all getting counseling.
I think that was Venture Brothers.
Like, I hate my dad, but the Hatred guy is just like, man, y'all fucking suck. I love my dad, and then it's just him going fishing with the postal guy, and that's his dad.
I think that's the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, I was about to say it was either that or Metalocalypse. I couldn't remember what. Anyway, we're way off topic here. Where the fuck was I? There's a little record. Okay, blah 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 blah. I wasn't used to this shit. Ami smiled and waved. Blah blah blah. Jacket pockets. We pushed our way. Okay, here's where I was. We pushed our way inside where a table was set up. There were 2 chairs and stacks of our new CD. I pulled out my favorite permanent marker and sat down. Ami plopped down next to me. Let the mobbing begin, I mumbled. CD after CD after CD. It felt like hours before we got a fucking break. But now it was question time. Who fucking Ray? After a few questions, Cass picked out a new guy to answer another question. He stood up. Have you guys never kissed? He yelled out. I froze. The words echoed through my mind. Why did he have to ask something like that? I looked over at Ami. She was completely red and flustered. We had never kissed, but I wish we had. I hesitated and slammed my hands down on the table and stood up. Oh boy, here we go. What the fuck kind of question is that? I screamed. It's too fucking personal. What kind of pervert would ask that anyways? I breathed for a second. Fuck you. I knocked over my chair and stormed out the back door. I leaned against the side of the building, watching my breath puff into vapor. I heard the door. Oh, I thought it was held the door open. I heard the door open. Yumi, you out here? Ami poked her head out of the door. She looked around and finally saw me. She came out and closed the door. Yumi! She came over to me. I kept silent as she leaned against the building next to me. She kept her eyes on me. Hey, thanks for telling that guy off. That was super rude of him. She smiled. I sighed. Whatever. He was an asshole anyways. There was a short pause before
Ow! The edge! The edge just pierces my heart.
We gotta get Corey surgery. He needs surgery. Stat, the fucking edge cut an artery.
Sharp as a razor blade.
Get him into surgery now. Get him some stitches and some staples and some fucking Elmer's glue or something.
Okay, but you know the dumb cover you're making with like her and edgy characters? I was thinking of having this in this cover that you're pretty much gonna share on the chapter next week.
6 Mafia Chapter 2 World Dawn. I should actually listen to this shit sometime. It sounds catchy.
Oh yeah, I can recommend that. I can recommend some songs too.
Anyway.
It's ironic that I'm a Christian and yeah, I listen to this shit.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm a Christian, but like a lot of Satanist music kind of slaps.
Same.
Yeah. I listen to shit like Slipknot too.
Slipknot. This is the year
I listen
where hope fails you.
I listen to like fucking Slipknot and Black Veil Brides and fucking what else? I listen to like Grendel and Cybreed and all the other fucking EDM bands. Like, you know, the whole digital drug music thing. I love that shit.
Oh god.
I think Yumi should get into.
How about Gojira? How about Gojira, Godsmack, and Korn? But the old Korn.
I've listened to Korn and a bit of Godsmack, but never Gojira.
God, Gojira.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Yumi, you out here? She poked her head out. Oh wait, no, I already read that. There was a short pause before Kaz came out. Come on, girls, we gotta finish some questions. I glared at him. I'm not going back in there. He gave me a stern look. Now, Yumi. No! I stormed off around the building and got back on the bus. Kaz sighed and went back into the store. Ami stood there for a second, then she came onto the bus. I was sitting in the corner.
She came onto the bus.
I flicked my clitoris very harshly, hoping to come all over the bus quickly.
You think this incident in the universe will be covered in like Fox News or CNN?
No, it's just like fucking Mr. Goodman on SML. Breaking
news, okay?
A very angry teenage lesbian told off a fan during a CD signing. And here we have a word from Yumi now. I'm what I assume to be their pimp boss.
Breaking news! Junkie parents have murdered 3 kids and recorded their screaming suffering through a tape they scored Max to put in a message chain.
That sounds like an episode of SML. I'm pretty sure that actually happened on.
Junkie parents.
Oh, hey, it's my cat. Hey, Minya. My cat's name is Minya. It's a reference to the old Godzilla movies.
Junkie parents have heard off a Japanese rock band.
Breaking news, okay? Junkie parents have scared the shit out of a Japanese rock band. One of their very young fans recently asked them whether they had kissed. Now, in today's society, lesbian kisses are perfectly okay, but they got pissed off about it. Okay? Now, we assume that Japanese culture is a little bit different than ours, so we have to be respectful. But everyone does still want to see them do it. Make that Logan. Make that shit right now. Make that crossover. Contact CN if Nintendo won't do it. It's just gonna be a running gag across this whole series now. Whenever some shit goes down, like Mr. Goodman has to report it. Hold on. Then yeah, get away from my bagel. Get out of here. No bagel for you. Sorry about that. Cat is being very bad.
No bagel.
Very naughty.
No bagel. Want my bagel? Where's my bagel?
Well, fuck his bagel. I'm not fucking giving him any bagels. Anyway. Ew. I was sitting in a corner, hugging my knees. Mommy sat down next to me. I buried my face in my knees. Hey, it's okay. But when she put her arm around me, I wanted to die.
Oh, so
Alright,
much.
your turn. I'm gonna eat.
Oh, so much angst.
I'll
So
eat my bagel
much
'cause I'm really-
angst.
I took a 5-hour nap and I'm really fucking hungry, so I'm gonna eat my bagel and chug milk.
And chug a 2-liter bottle of Fanta because you have to win with Deathstroke. No, I'm not kidding. That's an actual DSP quote. I'm not making that up.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Give me a minute. I'll play that real quick. No, let's see here. YouTube. Let's see here. DSP. Deathstroke. Deathstroke rage. Okay, for context, he is playing Injustice 2. Oh wait, no, not Injustice 2. Injustice 1. And then there was this guy who constantly keeps beating him up as Deathstroke.
Sounds about right. To be honest.
But, let me see if I can find it. If I can get this.
This is how you earn your way. Here, I'm just. Don't want to do that.
We're on chapter 3, by the way.
I know we were on chapter 3.
I literally just linked it like 5 posts ago.
I just slinted.
Do you need me to link it again?
No.
Here we go again.
You got it?
Yeah, I already have it. I'm just playing this.
I can't move. I can't even stand up.
What are you playing? I don't get it.
I hate this idiot. Come
I hate this idiot. Okay,
Oh, the DSP clip. I apologize.
yes, it's a DSP clip here.
Let me see that.
53.
Exactly 53 minutes?
No, 53
Sorry, no, 53
seconds.
seconds. Okay.
I hate this idiot. Come on, man. I hate this. Do you want to play the fucking game? Do you want to play the fucking game? I'm just gonna walk forward. Here, just kill me. Here, my body.
There we go.
Such a good player. I hate this. This is how you. Come on, man. No.
You want to play the fucking game? Sir, just kill me. Here.
You're hitting me, asshole.
Walk forward. You can keep shooting my body. You're such a good player. This is how you earn your win. So no, come on. Keep hitting me. Come on, keep hitting me, asshole. Come on, you fucking idiot. Come on. Earn your win. Oh, you're
I totally forgot about that. That shit is...
No. Keep watching. Keep watching.
Oh.
You'll get the reference.
Oh, where was I?
you fucking come on. Keep hitting me. Here. Earn your win. Oh, you're so good. I'll let you fucking win so you can waste your life playing other people. 'Cause I actually like fighting you. You. Oh, shit.
No, wait for it.
My God. Here, keep hitting me. Go ahead. Hit me again. Come on. That's your perfect, because this is how you want to win. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're the bitch, because you don't play a fucking fighting game, you stupid cocksucker. You fucking walk back and shoot bullets. You're a fucking idiot. Your mother probably shat you out, you fucking
No. Wait for it.
honorable fucking player. Don't spam fucking projectiles, stupid fucking idiot. Next target. Now, you can, as you live in your mom's basement, you can celebrate by eating your whole fucking bag of Doritos and chugging down your fucking Fanta, because you gotta win with Deathstroke. You're so good.
You gotta grab your bag of Doritos and chug your cooler bottle of Fanta because you gotta win with Deathstroke. Because you're so good.
That shit is so funny.
Now, me and Emily continuously keep joking about that. It's just hilarious. Okay. 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 All right. Chapter 3. I closed my eyes and brushed my hair back as hot water began to fall on my head. I sighed and looked down at my hands. I couldn't help but move my eyes to my scarred up arms. I felt my eyes fill with tears as I recalled each cut, each bandage, each scab that I caused to appear on myself. My knees went weak, and I found myself sitting on the floor spaghetti on the floor of the bathtub. I squeezed my eyes shut and covered my face. Sometimes I wonder why I did this to myself. But then I would hear those voices in my head telling me that I was weak, spineless, and that I could never win Ami. I hated letting other people have the last word. I wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to show that I was stronger than they thought. They only come back when I question my self-harm. I finally came back to reality when someone started banging on my bathroom door. I realized my water was almost cold. Yubi! Chaos. Chaos. Kaz yelled through the door. You using up all the hot water. You've been in there for 2 hours. My eyes went wide and I jumped up. Sorry,
Fucking
Kaz.
hours.
I yelled back. Turning off my shower, I stepped out and grabbed my towel. It's just like Carly Shay when she was all when she gets all sad, she just goes into the shower, using up all the hot water.
I thought that was in the fucking story for a second. I swear I
No,
thought that
no,
was.
no, that was an actual canon thing in iCarly where Carly Shay when she gets sad and disappointed, she goes into the shower and just cowers. I'm not making that up.
Nope.
Now let me pull up some edgy music because this deserves some edge.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Make
gonna
sure it's
play.
copyright free though. Make sure it's not copyrighted.
Oh, the Shadow the Hedgehog music. Oh, it's fine. Sega allows it. Shadow the Hedgehog is a buy. What? Are you kidding me? Let's see here. Broken. No, no, I don't want. Uh, 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 nah, you know what? I'm going to do.
I like royalty free metal music.
Oh, uh, royalty-free edgy music.
That is a good search to have. If you find something, send it to me. I just want to see what
uh,
it's like.
let's see here. Cyberpunk dark synthwave mix,
That could
upbeat,
work.
energetic, royalty-free. Epic music. No copyright. Nah. Wait. What? Oh my God. No, I'm just gonna play this sort of Shadow the Hedgehog one. All right. Alrighty. Uh, I finally left the bathroom wearing my pajamas and dyeing my hair with my towel. I turned on the TV and saw that the news was on. I would usually flip the channel, but I heard them mention us. The fake douchey anchorman continued
Oh shit,
on.
Mr. Goodman is canon. Mr. Goodman is canon.
The douchey anchorman continued on. Thanks for a very personal question asked by a fan. Hi, Puffy Abi CD sighting today in Tokyo was cut short. Apparently, someone was filming it because it cut to a recording of the Q&A session. God. Oh God, this music. All right. Uh, they replayed the scene where the fat asshole had the nerve to stand up and ask that shit. Then the part when I stood up, screamed at him, and stormed out. It seems like everyone's favorite purple-haired gal has quite the temper, the anchorman. Temper, okay? The anchorman finished his plastic smile. I threw my remote at the TV, hitting his virtual face. I flopped onto my bed and buried my head into the pillows. Fuck the media. Fuck the news. Fuck the perverted fans. Fuck everything.
Fuck Mr. Goodman. And fuck Super Mario Logan. Fuck the Mario Brothers. And fuck Jeffy especially.
I didn't want to move. I didn't want to leave the bed. I eventually drifted to sleep. I felt a warm breeze and I left my eyes flutter open. I was greeted by a pale blue sky, dotted with wispy clouds. I shaded my eyes and sat up. I looked around and saw that I was in a field. I could see nothing but a green horizon. I put my hand down and it landed on my lap, but something was weird. I felt something smooth. I looked down and saw that I was wearing a white silk sundress. I stood up as another breeze caressed me. I was still looking at this random dress when I heard a familiar giggle behind me. I turned to see Abby in a matching dress smiling at me. She looked so cute, I couldn't help but blush. She even had a daisy in her hair. She moved closer to me, her eyes locked on my face. My face could I felt my face get warm from blushing. I could only imagine how red I must be. Red mist. No, just kidding. It's suicide. No. She kept close. She kept coming closer and closer until she was only inches away from my face. Abby, before I could add anything else, she leaned forward and pressed her lips against mine. Her lips were warm and soft, just like the warm breezes, but all of a sudden, everything went black. I found myself laying down again. I sat up, but this time I wasn't in a field. I was in my bed. I wasn't in a white silk sundress. I was wearing my dark purple pajamas. I sat there for a second before there was a knock on my door. Yumi? Yumi? And Ami peeked into my room from the other side of the door. Oh, you're already awake. I wanted to wake you up since it's already 11:30. She smiled and closed my door. And I was greeted by the dimness of my room once again. I sat there for another few moments before finally getting up. After changing, I went into the kitchen. I got a glass of orange juice and sat down. Ami came in and smiled at me. Good morning. Anything in particular you want for breakfast today? I shook my head. Nah, nah. I'll just grab a bowl of cereal and or something. All right, all right. She started fixing her own cereal. I stood up and threw open the cupboard. I looked around and decided to have some Fruit Loops. That's not edgy cereal.
No,
Come
that's
on.
a man's cereal, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a man's cereal.
No, 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 no. Well, yes, but how about Cookie Crisp?
Yeah, no, that's what a goth girl eats. Hell yeah.
Yeah, some Cookie Crisp. Based Cookie Crisp. How about some Cocoa Pebbles? That too. Love some Cocoa Pebbles. Anyway.
Oh, Cocoa Pebbles are fucking good.
You know in the 2000s, you ever had the Reese's Puffs?
Reese's Puffs, Reese's
This
Puffs,
Puffs.
Reese's Puffs,
This Puffs, Reese's Puffs. You have
I've had
that?
Reese's Puffs before. They're actually really good. Actually good.
I still wanted to try them.
Oh, fucking, last night I was gorging myself on Warhead's jelly beans to keep myself awake. And fucking Warhead made jelly beans, and they're actually really good.
Alright, anyway. I decided to have some Fruit Loops. I carelessly spilled them into the bowl and got the milk. I sat back down and across from Ami and shoved a spoonful in my mouth. Hey, Yumi. I looked up. Yeah, Ami? She smiled at me. I was thinking, if you're up to it, we can go shopping. We could go shopping today. You seemed super upset all day yesterday because of that stupid guy. So I thought we could take it easy today. I looked at her for a second, but then I smiled. Yeah, that sounds good. I ate a little faster.
It sounds good. It sounds almost as good as artistic genocide.
Autistic genocide. I love that name. That should be a name of a band. Autistic genocide. that that would that should be a name of an angst band, like an angst edgy band.
Yeah, and they all wear like fucking and they all have like or fucking like Times New Roman meets Gothic fonts in their shirts, but they're black and they just say autism is my superpower.
Yes,
Even
the
better.
band that
Autism is
every
my
autistic
superpower.
person loves.
No, even better. Autism is my Satan power. Even better.
There we go. Okay. I ate a little faster that we could leave as soon as possible. When I finished, I put my bowl in the sink and rushed into my room. I gathered a few things to bring with me. My cell phone and some money. As I was going to leave, I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I paused and turned back at my reflection. You could still tell I had smeared makeup on recently. As I looked a bit out of it, I smiled in my reflection. Usually the voices would come at a time like this, but they didn't. They didn't say a thing. They wouldn't they wouldn't get me down today. Anyways, not today. You want me to read chapter 4 or what?
Do you want me to read it? I can read it.
Well, since I already read one. Oh no, you know what? No, you already read 2
You know
chapters, so
what?
I'll read
Actually,
this one.
I'll actually I can actually read it if you want. It's up to you though.
Oh. Well, how much?
Alright. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Alright, I'm taking over this recording, brother. Anyway.
go ahead.
Author's note, I'm really sorry I disappeared and left the story hanging. I haven't had a stable internet source for quite some time, but here's a new chapter, so enjoy. What a shame that they came back.
That's a what? Nah.
The morning was kind of a blur. 1 minute I was still on the tour bus. Next I was wandering through a strange mall with Ami. I was honestly pretty happy. We hardly had any time as it is, and the fact that Ami wanted to spend it with me made me feel fantastic. He walked lightly and cheerfully next to me, while I was kind of slumped and heavy. It created the contrast between us even greater. Not a sentence. Making how much of polar opposites we were more obvious than usual. Although I was kind of although I was slumped and heavy, I actually had some swagger in my step. The exaggerated swagger of a goth teen. I was talking taller than usual. Ami has those effects on me. It kind of seemed like this glamorous supermodel movie star diva dragging around her mutt dog, which is me. What is
What? No.
I honestly wasn't thinking about my scars or my fresh cuts or about cutting myself later.
On my scars remain.
That fucking escalated quickly, goddamn. My mind was on
Oh.
one thing and one thing only, Ami. There was one thing that did strike me as odd. Nobody had come running up to us asking for autographs. Nobody gasped or squealed or shouted, "Is that Puffy Ami Yumi?" Just people socializing and minding their business. Ami was just as surprised as me. Wait, nobody's tackled us yet. He started, partially sarcastic. What's going on? He looked at me with a puzzled face. I shrugged back. Just be thankful. Like having a true break from rock starring. I gave her a smile and she flashed one back. I found myself getting lost in it. It was so warm and bright, and her partially squinted eyes sparkled behind her eyelashes. It was like everything about her glowed brightly and swallowed me up. I looked at her. Sorry. I looked away before I stared too long. Besides, the vivid image in my head was all I really needed. I had never thought store shopping was so fun until the afternoon. Ami and I browsed every store in the entire mall. We bought things from nearly every store. Yeah, because they have fucking millions of dollars, no wonder they do. My favorite score was a new pack of exclusive glow-in-the-dark guitar picks that glow purple and red. Ami appeared to be a new. Ami's appeared to be a new ruffly skirt that she picked up at one of the girly stores. Our final stop was a tiny dress shop hiding in the very corner of the mall. It had all kinds of dresses, mostly casual and prom styles. I was shifting through a rack and I froze. My gaze was fixed on a dress. It looked exactly like the dresses me and Ami were wearing in my dream. I looked over at Ami, who was browsing a few racks away from me. I looked back at the dress and began fumbling for the tag. It was exactly her size. I stood motionless, staring at it. Was I seriously considering showing it to her so she would buy it? If I showed it to her, she would love it. It was just her style. What the fuck? Buy it yourself. You both have money. You both have, like, best-selling goddamn platinum record albums here. Like, you have enough money
I
to, like, build your own fucking GameStop or something. Not
pretty
even worried about just
much.
one of you buying it. Like
Oh
just
yeah,
buy it
oh
for
yeah,
her as a
oh wait.
surprise or something.
I got this dumb idea that's definitely not in the story. The last store is just like this small video cassette store. It's like some black guy selling some homemade tapes he made. It has some strange symbols carving on those cassette tapes. The cover has some kind of like black satanic imagery. We've already given it a listen.
Did they open a satanic store in the mall?
Oh God.
The hashtag Satan store. Brr, 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 brr. Get all your satanic needs here. Brr, 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 brr. You can just imagine the commercials now. They'd be like fucking the boomer parents having heart attacks in the background.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. They sell the Memphis. They sell like the Memphis
The
Siglis
Memphis
tapes
rap
out of.
album records.
Yes,
They
they
sell
sell
that shit
those.
on vinyl, cassette, and
Oh, they sell like the hidden cassette Siglis tapes on Hot Topic.
they do like a collab with Hot Topic, and they fucking and I don't know. All right, let's keep reading.
Oh no.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they have money. Just fucking buy the dress. Don't worry about it. They're dumb anyway. Where was I?
I like to think that's not even their own money they're using. They're just using the old man's money.
No. They fucking they made a deal with like they made a deal with the United States military where it's like fucking support our war crimes and we'll fucking give you money for it. And they just do like a tribute to the troops show where all the fucking where they do shout outs to all the veterans. And and then they just use like a bunch of Saudi Arabian money to pay for all their dresses and shit. God.
Oh my God.
Oh, where was I'm trying to find where I was here. Oh yeah, sorry.
Trying to convince her
It
to
was
buy a
exactly her
dress.
size. I stood motionless, staring at it. I was seriously considering showing it to her so she would buy it. If I showed it to her, she would love it. It was just her style. Hey, Yumi! She called over to me. I looked at her. Looked up at her. Look at this dress. I think you would love it. She held up a knee-length dress that was a very dark purple, almost black, slightly puffed out at the bottom, and the sleeves were loose and drapey. There was a thick, elegant ribbon around the waist that was a slightly lighter purple than the rest of it. I did really like it. Without thinking, I pulled the white dress off the rack. Hey, I have something you might like too. I held it up for her to see.
God.
Why the ever-loving fuck did I feel the need to show her that dress? Was I just dumb or did I want myself to suffer? No, you were being nice. If she did like it, then why would you blame yourself for that? Oh, I could have answered that, but I didn't even want to think about that at the time. I was having a day out with Ami, and I wanted to focus on nothing but her and positive. We soon found ourselves sitting in the food court munching on cheese fries.
Ooh.
Cheese fries are very good.
Yeah, cheese
Oh,
fries are pretty
and then
fucking
suddenly this.
based. It's better if they have bacon on it. It's better when they have like bacon bits on it.
No, hold on. Did this turns into like that one fucking joke on Family Guy where like Stewie goes back in time to save Kurt Cobain and he's like, yeah, here instead of shooting yourself, how about this? And then just hands him a bunch of ice cream. It's just that with Yumi, but with fucking cheese fries.
Oh my god.
And then like 10 years later, she's all fat. And
Cheese
she's like
fry,
using a ukulele.
cheese fries. Oh god, cheese fries. The ultimate, the the ultimate angst meal.
I'll have you know that the things I like most are blood, razors, and cheese fries. Blood, razors, and cheese fries. The new hit single by Lesbian Chainsaw Abortion. Where was I? Ami rested her chin in her hands and watched the people walking around. After a few moments, she sighed dreamily. There are so many cute boys here, I almost choked on the fries. A very loud trombone and a tuba played in the background with sad music. Not in the story. I could hear the voices coming back telling me that Ami doesn't like me. I felt an overwhelming wave of negative wash over me and I felt very unstable. I swallowed the lump in my throat, held back by tears, and put on a fake smile. Well, I'm not the only one who's noticed. We both laughed, but unlike her laugh, mine was hollow and fake. I threw my bags onto the floor before stumbling across my bedroom. I threw myself down into the chair that was in front of the vanity. I wiped away my mascara tears as I stared into my own eyes. They were dark and empty. You hardly even needed to. Oh, you know, you hardly even needed to look at them to tell that I was fucked up. I opened the bottom drawer of the vanity and pulled out a secret bottle of sake. I took a large swig and ignored the slight burning feeling. I put it in the back of my throat. I felt my face warm up as I pulled the bottle away from my face and dragged back the back of my hand across my lips. I smeared my dark purple lipstick across my cheek. I didn't even care. I already had eyeliner basically pouring down my face. I was so used to seeing myself looking like this by the end of the day. I stood up and pulled off my pants. I tossed them aside before rummaging through the drawer that I kept the blades in. I started panicking. I couldn't find them. I pulled out the entire drawer and dumped all of its contents on the floor. Rummaged through the pile of dumped items, but no luck. Threw open the other drawers and came. Not a single blade to be found. And it dawned on me. Kaz. Fucking Kaz. Fucking asshole piece of shit Kaz. It's not in the story. He must have taken the blade. I can't do that voice anymore. He must have taken the blades from the drawers while Ami and I were out. I let out a growl and threw multiple things across the room. I ended up collapsing in a messy heap surrounding the pile of shit I dumped. I began to sob. Why did he even bother? I was beyond repair, and he knew it. There was nothing he could do to stop me, not even hiding my blades. I was the blood hunter. I hunted for blood. Voices became louder because I was unarmed. Instead of the usual speaking tone taunting, they were now screaming in my ears. Somebody edit this over the intro to Hatred Devastate. Screaming I was worthless. And I could never win Ami's heart. They became overwhelming. I flew over the handle and began to have a panic attack. I bolted in the bathroom and threw open the medicine cabinet. I found a full bottle of sleeping pills. Why do they have sleeping pills to begin with? I wasn't sure why I had it. An odd rush of thankfulness washed over me that I did. I opened it and stared at the little blue capsules. I stopped for a moment. I actually paused to reconsider. Did I want to end it or keep trying? I blacked out as my hands fumbled to put half the pills in my mouth one by one.
Good God.
And that's the end of the story right there. And Corey, in like post editing, can you just like can you just like make a joke about that? How that's the end of the story, and then play like the credit scene in Mr. Frog from Smiling Friends?
And then reverse it. And then reverse it, and then put Billy Mays. Be like, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
More. My body. Okay, chapter 5. Oh yeah, we're halfway now. My body lurched forward as I began vomiting. I struggled to breathe as I stood up. No, I had to do this right. My body lurched forward as I began vomiting. I struggled to breathe as I stood up and stumbled off to my bathroom. I tried to gain my balance by leaning on my vanity, but I ended up vomiting on it and knocking it over with a loud crash. I tried to stand up again. My body felt numb and I could hardly feel the plastic medicine container still clutched in my left hand. I stumbled towards the door, my vision blurring. I heard a loud pounding on my door, followed by Ami's cries. Yumi! She continued to pounding on the door, fear in her voice. Yumi, are you okay? I fell over, curling up on the floor and vomiting once again. Ami flew the door open and let out a loud gasp. Yumi! I could tell she was starting to cry, but I could.
I'll
But
follow you to the ends of the earth.
I could hardly focus. My consciousness fixated in and out. My eyelids became heavy. I could feel her shaking me, but my hearing is starting to muffle. Yumi, come on! Ami let out a sob. Yumi? I heard Kaz yell before my consciousness finally slipped away from me. When I woke up, I found myself surrounded by white. I panicked and bolted upright, thinking I was dead, but I found that it was just a hospital room. I looked down and saw the hospital robe covering my body. I held my head in my hand, a migraine throbbing through it. Yumi! I heard Ami's. Oh, I heard Ami's voice. I looked over and seeing her looking at me with a mixture of sadness and relief. Kaz was fast asleep in the chair next to her. All I could do was look at her with despair. The memories of of last night coming back to me. I felt warmed. I felt the warm sting of tears beginning. God, this music. One's perfect. Of tears beginning to fill my eyes. I couldn't look at her anymore. So I
You sound
turned.
like Vegeta.
I know. That's a. She took so many sleeping pills that she sounds like Vegeta now. Oh my god. I couldn't look at her anymore. So I turned to look at my lap and hid my face behind my sweat-drenched hair. Yumi, Ami repeated. Ami repeated herself. I clenched the blanket tightly. It's nothing that concerns you. I, it's nothing that concerns you, I said coldly. But it does concern me. There was okay. I'll just go read this in my normal voice now because it's starting to hurt my throat. There was fear and despairedness in her voice, and desperateness in her voice. Yumi, I almost lost the person closest to me last night. Don't you think that would concern me? I'm not going to lie. That took me off guard. I looked at her again, tears covering both of our faces. She stood up and pulled me into a hug, holding me tightly. Stop hurting yourself, Yumi, she sobbed weakly. All I could do was bury my head in her shoulder. Kaz, Ami, and I were all silent as we walked into the elevator. Kaz pushed a button to go to the main floor. After a moment, the door
Is it
opened
bad?
again.
Is it bad to ask who the fuck is Kaz?
Oh, he's like the old man that's fucking. He's like the old man that's basically the manager.
Oh, okay.
He's the roadie. He's the roadie. Just like Luna has chunks.
Oh.
Think about that. All right,
Chunks. Who the fuck? Who the fuck is
chunks.
Chunks? Enlighten me.
It's Luna's roadie.
Well, let me find a picture of him.
Yeah, no, find a picture of him because I've never heard of this guy before.
It's Luna's roadie.
I know, but I've not seen the Loud House. Not the whole series anyway. I've seen a few episodes.
Let's be broken.
I looked this up.
I found this wiki. Hold up.
Oh, he's a fucking guy with like the nose piercing.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind.
Oh, Corey,
Yeah.
can you like, yeah, can you like fucking just show the people who we're talking about?
Yeah, it's freaking chunks. It's chunks.
I'm gonna
Chunks
just,
is
I'm
sung
gonna.
by,
Why
It's
can't
Luna's
Luna date
roadie.
him? Why can't Luna date him instead of Sam?
Bruh,
Alright, let's move on.
bruh. Anyway,
Right.
okay, where the frick was I? I don't remember. Oh, okay. I'll read this again, from this paragraph, since I just started it, and I got off track. Kaz, Ami, and I were all silent as we walked into the elevator. Kaz pushed a button to go to the main floor. After a moment, the door had opened again on the main floor. We continued on, Ami pushing my wheelchair. There was a heavy, depressing air around us that didn't really fit. There was an elderly couple having a reuniting hug after one was just discharged. A proud new father hurled through the door with a bouquet and a handful of "It's a boy" balloons. Two girls, one in hospital roping. Oh, balloons. Two girls, one in a hospital robe, chatted happily. But then there was us. Each of us were a summon look. Were a summon look at our faces. The evidence of crying on mine and Ami's. We passed them all by, none of their happiness sticking to us. I felt so helpless. All I could do was stare down at my hands and let Ami push me along. There was no doubt she now knew about my problem. The hospital, my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. See where what is real.
I just made up a lyric on the fly, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed that. Uh, the hospital gown left my legs and arms exposed. Also, putting my scars and cuts on display. People kept staring at them, and it made me want nothing more than to stand up and smash their teeth in. But I was too weak to move too much.
God damn, Yumi. Hardcore.
Ow! The edge! I would probably collapse before I got the chance. I loaded up my.
Okay, Sorry, I wanted you to finish that paragraph so I can save this. So she was being cared in a hospital or in the same hospital floor that has apparently a couple hugging after a discharge. Apparently a couple. Basically, one of them they mention like a new dad has some. It's a boy balloon. So basically, someone gave birth in the same floor. Yumi's being held after she was recovered from trying to commit suicide. Point is, I'm not like a big hospital expert, but at least from past experience I had from going to like rooms separately to visit like pregnant relatives, I'm pretty sure pregnant people and people that went through suicide, pretty sure there's like separate rooms for each of them.
I was about to say, what kind of fucking hospital is this?
Yes, yeah, I was about to ask.
I like to imagine that Yumi actually got woken up by some like a fucking by like the fucking baby crying or something. She just gets up in a murderous rage.
Oh,
Would have been really funny if like Yumi was just fucking I'm gonna make my own ending to this. Yumi's actually dead and all this is a dream. Boom, that's the ending. M. Night
oh
Shyamalan.
boy, and guess where she wakes up in now?
Where
I've been mentioning it in the Memphis rap stuff, so
oh a fucking satanic cult like brings her back to life.
no, I was
No,
gonna
oh
say she ends
my
up in hell.
god.
What were we gonna say, Sue? I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say she ends up in hell.
Not even because she committed suicide, it's just because she...
Oh my
He's like,
god.
he's like, wait, I told off a fan and I took a bunch of sleeping pills. Are you mad at me, God? And he's like, oh, you are there because you were gay. Now please leave.
Oh no. I mean, apparently, okay, so I'm guessing she died from suicide. Because if that's the case, then
Shut
okay,
up!
this
No
whole
spoilers!
oh, I don't think that's a spoiler. No, it's not a spoiler. We're just making it up. I'm just saying. I just want to say
No,
this then,
that doesn't happen.
because
It does
apparently,
not happen.
I don't think it's official. It only happens in Dante's Inferno. But basically, if Yumi did commit suicide, she would actually, according to like Dante's Inferno, since people in hell would have like certain circles depending how they died or how they lived. Since
He
Yumi,
just turns into fucking Doom guy and like goes back down to hell to save Yumi. That should be a
causing
continuation of the series. No, she teams up with Billy and Mandy and goes back down to hell to save Yumi.
well, this is what will happen to Yumi if she dies from suicide. Because according to like the poem, people who commit suicide will actually end up in hell, but turn into like old dead trees and bushes, and they can still feel pain if you like pull like a twig or branch off.
I'm gonna make me a dumbass tree.
So Yumi would become like a dead tree or bush after she committed suicide. Because it's like violence, because it's particularly called violence against yourself or something like that. Since you commit suicide or don't like your
Violence.
life, you might as well abandon your body and become a dead tree, which
Violence Against
still feels
Yourself, the new hit single by Lesbian Chainsaw Abortion.
to make it worse. The tree, the suicide people that died and resurrected as dead trees are able to like make fruits that attract harpies, and the harpies will of course eat out of the tree, which of course will cause pain to those people. So all
That's weirdly funny, and I don't know why. I don't know why that's kind of funny.
that's basically Yumi's fate in hell if she dies via suicide.
I like to think that Satan would just make her into one of his many bitches. Oh, why? But that's more entertaining to me. But I know she teams up with Dominator. Remember that fucking movie?
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Teams up with Dominator, Billy and Mandy, and Dante's Inferno to form the Hell Squad. Called
The
the
hell?
Squad, though.
The Hell Squad. Yeah, yeah. Not the. Duh. Like, the Hell Squad.
Squad.
Yeah, the Hell Squad. God. Oh my god. Alrighty. I loaded up my tray with food. Apparently, they still needed to pump my stomach, so I had absolutely nothing in my system. My stomach growled at me for food. The tray in my lap, I wheeled up to the cash register to buy the food. I plopped a wad of money in the cashier's hand and I wheeled away into the dining area. I saw Ami sitting at the table already with a tray of her own, so I wheeled over and sat my tray down. After a moment, I couldn't stay quiet. Ami, Ami, I, I hesitated when she looked at me, her usually bright eyes heavy and dark. I'm sorry for all the trouble. I looked down. I could feel her gaze try to pry me open. Yumi, you should have talked to me. Why didn't you? Her words sounded empty, yet so full of emotion at the same time. I kept my head down, gripping my knees. I I have my reasons. I heard her smack her hand on the table. What reason could you possibly have for not talking to me about this? She said a little louder, a trace of
The
anger in her voice.
aristocrats.
I, I, I hesitated. I heard footsteps coming. I heard footsteps coming towards us. And, oh, that's a little typo. And I looked up to see Kaz with his own loaded tray. He sat down and plopped it down on the table. Oh man, I am really hungry. Oh man, I'm really hungry. He chuckled.
I'm
Tr-
hungry for blood.
Kaz is hungry for blood.
I was heard about Yumi, but that's actually more entertaining.
No, that's Kaz saying that.
Kaz just becomes fucking like Kaz just becomes like the Hannibal TV, the fucking blood hunter. Sue will know what I'm talking about.
He chuckled, trying to lighten the mood. He shrank back when he saw the empty expressions of Ami and I's voices of Ami and I's faces. A couple minutes before I had felt hungry, but then in that moment I felt nothing but guilt filling my entire body. I stared at the date on my phone. 3 weeks since I have nearly overdosed. I sighed heavily, getting the vomit out of the carpet. I have been absolutely terrible. All three of us scrubbed the shit out of it for like 5 days straight and finally got the stains to be like in the state of not that obvious, but if you look hard enough you could see them. My vanity had been returned to its original state. Everything was put back in the drawers, with the exception of the bottle of sake. Kaz took it, saying that I
I'm
shouldn't be
pretty sure that's
drinking.
just sake. Whatever.
Sake, I'm sorry. Kaz took it, saying that I shouldn't be drinking, and that's why I was such a bad condition. We both knew that was bullshit. Little did he know that I picked up smoking too. I only smoked in my bathroom though, so that it would be harder for anyone to pick up on the smell. Thinking about it made me want to smoke. So I got up and walked over to the bathroom. I pulled a pack of cigarettes out of the sink cabinet, along with a lighter. I stepped into the bathtub and opened up the bathroom window. I sat down in the bottom of a tub and lit up a cigarette, taking a deep first hit. The voices had been rather quiet since my trip to the hospital. I wasn't sure, but maybe the unexpected suicide attempt had rendered them speechless. I tried not to think about that, and and to instead enjoy the strange yet peaceful silence while it lasted. The voices would come back eventually. I knew they would. I flicked the ashes down the drain before I leaned back and relaxing. Ami was singing again, but this time, instead of crying, I just closed my eyes and let nothing else move. I wanted nothing more than to hear Ami sing.
Damn.
That is so fucking deep.
I'm 14 and this is deep. This is hashtag so sad. Can we hit 5 likes?
14?
Oh, I'm 12 years old in this.
Wait, you're 12?
Oh, actually, I'm 10 years old and this is deep. Learn something new every day.
Yes.
I am now 12 years old.
You are now 12 years old just listening to this story.
Yes.
You just declined of age.
I just declined of age because this story it brought me back to when the fuck was this 2012. Brought me back to 2012.
Yes. Anyway, you have the next chapter.
Yeah.
That was the end of chapter 5.
Damn, that was the whole chapter.
Yeah, that was chapter 5. That was the halfway point.
All right, I'll let you shit, we're only halfway done. We've been doing this for like an hour and a half.
Wow, you're close to that. You're close to that remark.
It's like fucking 3:30 right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Alright, damn, we've been getting a lot done though. Alright, chapter 6, let's go. Actually, chapters 9 and 10 are really short, so we're actually well over halfway done.
Oh, okay. There you go. Hello?
What?
Uh,
Do you want me to read?
Yes! It's your chapter.
Okay. I sat up slowly, my back being ambushed by a sharp pain. Damn, I thought. I must
Damn.
have done that up last night.
Damn,
I
not here.
Damn. I noticed I still had a cigarette butt in my hand, so after giving it a look, I tossed it into the toilet. Slowly, I stood up, fighting against all the aches rippling through my body. I slumped down into the toilet seat, looking at my bare feet. Small patches of black nail polish littered my toenails. Maybe I should have Ami redo these for me, you know, once we're cool again. I shook that thought from my mind. Why the fuck is she worried about being cool with Ami again? Literally, Ami is the one person that actually gets along with her at this point. Ugh. Okay. Ami had already told me that she forgave me and that I was okay and that's all that mattered. And said that everything was, said and done, so there was no point in lingering. I couldn't honestly say that I agreed with her. I wasn't okay. There was something seriously wrong with me. I couldn't even deny it. But somehow, when she said those words, it filled me with gladness. I've never heard the word gladness in my entire life.
Me
Sadness
neither.
and gladness. That's the new hit single.
Yes.
Anywho, I had expected her to give up on me, leave me behind because I was such a lost cause. She should. But she still saw something in me. I could see it. The way she looked at me, her eyes filled with light. If only she would notice the light in my eyes when I looked at her. I'm pretty sure she fucking notices, dude. Damn. I flushed the toilet and washed my hands quickly. I needed to clean up my mess before someone came in and discovered my newest bad habit. Just another item on my list of on my list of baggage. Right underneath the 3 years of self-harm and near anorexia. I wasn't sure I could I wasn't sure it could get any longer, but then again, there was already so much wrong with me. What was one more problem? I splashed my face with cold water to get me away. Needless to say, it worked. I had no towels, so my shirt had to make do. I did have a beat-up, stained washcloth that came in handy when scrubbing the ashes off my bathtub. I hadn't been there long, so thankfully it was an easy job. I used some air freshener to get rid of the lingering smoky smell. The air freshener smelled obnoxious, but if it covered my tracks, I could live with it. I briskly left my bathroom and began rummaging through my closet for some clothes. You know what Yumi needs? You know what
What?
she needs? She needs a
Some
vape.
help?
That's what she needs.
Oh yeah, and some vape.
Yeah, get some vape. Hashtag Sigma Nation, get some vape. Drunk drive. Hashtag legalize drunk driving.
Cocaine.
Th- she should move to Portland so she can legally buy heroin.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That's the sequel to this. The sequel that literally nobody wanted or asked for.
Yes.
Here, I left my bathroom and began. I briskly left my bathroom and began rummaging through my closet for some clothes. Found the dress Ami had found for me at the mall. I looked at it for a while. Man, these sleeves suck. I thought to myself. Maybe I should make some little improvements. I grinned at it before tossing it on my bed. I grabbed a few tools and accessories and began my work. 15 minutes had passed since I began my redesigning. I looked at myself in a large mirror hanging on the wall. The ribbon on my waist was left alone, but I had cut off the sleeves and neckline so my shoulders and chest could be seen. Oh no, is she gonna flash her boobs in front of the crowd anyway? I cut up the bottom of my dress to be kind of ragged. After adding a couple of fluffy petticoats and some ripped up leggings, I thought I looked pretty badass. Hashtag badass, hashtag Sigma Nation, hashtag penis nation. I really like the, oh wait, no, sorry. I thought for once that I liked the way I look. I decided to add a spiky choker with matching bracelets, some spiky toed boots, and a skull hairpin. Jesus Christ! The fucking I hope she doesn't tell me don't come to school tomorrow. Christ.
Oh my
I
god.
really liked the outfit. I was thankful for Ami finding it. I fixed up my makeup and left my room behind, feeling taking a strange confidence with me. Has passed me in the hallway and turned around to give me a funny look. Wow, Yumi, what are you so dressed up for? He had a slightly condescending tone in his voice. While walking, I twisted back to flip him off for myself. Fucking Yumi, Kaz is like your best friend at this point. Why did she just make enemies with everyone in this story?
Yes.
Fucking Yumi is just like her name should be Edgerita. Fucking Edgerita, Ryuko, and fucking Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate unholy trinity.
The original unholy.
Chapter 2.
World domination. God. I twisted back forward without slowing down, leaving him standing there puzzled. Why did he be puzzled at that? He would just feel insulted. Anyway, I let out a soft yawn as I stepped into the kitchen. Ami was sitting at the table and eating a bowl of cereal. She turned around to see who came in, and when she saw me dressed up, she dropped her spoon and her jaw dropped slightly. She then smiled and let out a small giggle. You look terrible today, Yumi, you fucking idiot. I became very sad from this comment. Yumi, why the fuck did you do that? You literally almost ruined our entire concert. We're not even going to be able to go out anymore. Mr. fucking Goodman looked on the news. Mr. Goodman is running the news and he fucking recorded your whole time in the hospital while you were sleeping. What? I asked. I couldn't believe that someone had recorded me in my sleep. He's like, yeah, look at the fucking news, Yumi. Ami turned on the news. Breaking news, Mr. Goodman shouted. Local lesbian teenager Yumi Yoshikata, I don't remember her name. Yumi Yoshikage, not to be confused with Yoshikage Kira, the current serial killer running around, has been spotted in the hospital with cuts all over her arms and her legs, Mr. Goodman shouted on the TV. I couldn't believe it. This was an invasion of my privacy. I had finally had enough. Living in the Americas for so long, I had been more and more accustomed to their culture. American culture tend to revolve around firearms quite a bit. I'd been practicing hunting in my off time, but Ami didn't know about this. I reached into my closet and pulled out a 20-gauge shotgun and an AR-15. Mr.
No
Goodman was
way.
gonna fucking get what was coming to him. That fucking asshole anchorman, I was so sick of his shit.
No, there is no way.
Literally none of that is in the story. I literally made all of that up at the top of my head.
Oh my god.
How much of that did you believe?
Pretty much half of that.
Up until Mr. Goodman showed up, I assume.
Yeah, up until Mr. Goodman showed up, and with Yumi having a shotgun, having a 20 gauge shotgun and an AR-15, and I think, oh yeah, this is Miner's beautiful improv.
Yeah, that's my beautiful retelling of this glorious Valentine's Day epic. Clearly, people just don't understand true love. The reason Yumi killed fucking Mr. Goodman was because she wanted to. You know what? I'm gonna make a fanfic sequel to this just in my off time. It's gonna be funny. Anyway, where was I? He smiled and then let out a small giggle. You look nice today, Yumi. I see you made some adjustments to the dress. I looked at her as I poured some cereal into a bowl. Yeah, as much as I liked it, her sleeves were terrible. I like this look much better. I gave Ami a quick wink before reaching into the fridge to get the milk. Ami took another bite of her cereal before speaking. Hey, we're heading to LA today for a concert. This is where shit absolutely goes, like, flies off the handle, by the way. My eyes widened a little and I turned to look at her. No kidding, Ami shook her head and smiled. Absolutely no kidding. I smiled back at her and put a hand on my hip. Aw man, that brings back some really awesome memories. I couldn't hide the excitement in my voice. Me and Ami had known each other for a while, but the first time we were ever in LA, that was when we promised to be best friends forever. We had met a few months before then, but our recording company had decided to make us a two-girl band. To be honest, when I first saw Ami, I didn't think I would like her very much. I wasn't exactly a ray of sunshine, but a ray of sunshine was exactly what she was. She was way bubbly and happy. And honestly, it made me a bit uncomfortable. I love how being happy fucking makes her uncomfortable.
I love how in that sentence alone, it just proves that she has this edgy angst to her.
Yeah. I'm not a ray of sunshine. Being happy makes me uncomfortable.
It's so angst.
It's so fucking edgy. Oh god, I can already feel the fucking blood running down my arms. Oh boy, here. But we got acquainted and recorded some music together, her joking and being happy and me just being, well, me. But we were both caught up off guard with when our new album became an overnight hit. People sent us all kinds of fan mail telling us how wonderful we were and how they would absolutely be thrilled if we toured. Naturally, because of all the positive feedback, the big man had Kaz, our new manager, set us some tour dates and locations. We were official stars. We still weren't too close, still just new friends. LA changed all of that. LA was our first stop, and a lot of people came to see us. Oh, my dad just left the room. He was listening to all that. I think he just got tired of it.
Based.
I'm amazed he
Based.
lasted as long as he did.
I'm actually amazed too.
People sent us all kind of fan mail telling us how wonderful how wonderful we were, and how they would just be absolutely thrilled if we toured. Naturally, because of all the positive feedback, the big man had Kaz, our new manager, set up some tour dates and locations. We were official stars. We still weren't too close, still just new friends. LA changed all that. LA was our first stop, and a lot of people came to see us. I didn't really understand how we had so many fans already, but there were at least 200 people there. We decided to accompany each other for a little exploring around the city. We each knew that we should try to be friends, since we were obviously going to be stuck with each other for quite some time. The air was cool but smoggy and slightly suffocating. I was used to city air, though. I've been living in Tokyo since middle school, after all. After a while, your lungs can handle it. God damn, that's depressing. I assumed Ami was also city dynamic, since she seemed unaffected by the air. We made small talk, but it seemed in no time at all. We were while your lungs can... After all, after a while, your lungs can handle it. Oh, sorry, no. But it seemed in no time at all we were wrapped up in a feelings jam. She told me pretty much her life story about how she had a good home life but was often harassed at school and at work. I ended up telling her about mine in return, about my abusive father.
Abusive father.
Yeah, about how when I was 8, my mother left him and took me with her. About that fake cheating asshole who became my stepdad. And about how my school days were spent beating up the boys and getting suspended regularly. I started to realize during that conversation that we could actually be pretty good friends. When we were crossing an intersection when a drunken driver turned a corner at high speed, blowing red lights and speeding straight towards Ami. I pulled her out of the way quickly and just barely got her to safety. He zoomed past us, getting T-boned in the intersection by a car unable to stop in time. Ami clung to me, breathing heavily. We both watched as cars ended up crowding the accident, the faint sound of police sirens that were on their way. Ami swallowed and looked up at me, her eyes wide and brimming with tears. You saved me, Yumi, she managed out between heavy breaths. I blinked down at her, also breathing heavily. Yeah, I guess we did. My voice stammered and stuttered. We both returned our gaze to the accident, police now blocking pedestrians from entering the scene. After that, we pinky swore to always have each other's backs. We hurried back to the venue and ended up playing a fantastic new show. And then 3 years later, we were still in the band, still best friends. The only difference is I ended up falling hopelessly in love with Ami. I snapped away from the memory and sat down with my bowl of cereal, taking a huge first bite. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Oh, sorry, no, this is Ami talking. I was just trying to muffle my voice because fucking Yumi was chewing and I thought she was talking with her mouth full. Ami's bubbly tone made my heart skip a beat. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. After a few moments of thought, I looked up at her. Hey, Ami? She looked up at me. Yeah, Yumi? I hesitated for a second. I think we should pay a visit to the intersection that began our friendship. Ami thought for a moment but smiled. Yeah, that's a great idea. Kaz appeared in the doorway. What are you two girls talking about in here? He leaned against the doorway, crossing his arms and smirking. Oh, wait, hold on. My mic is still working, right? I'm just making sure.
Yes.
Cool.
Ami
What are
turned
you two
around
girls
her.
talking about in here? He leaned against the doorway, crossing his arms and smirking. Ami turned around, her smile intact. Me and Yumi are just excited to go back to LA, I added in a nod. We should have gone back sooner, Shorty. I smirked back at him. He gave me a look. Haha, to be honest, I'm still nervous about going out to LA after that accident. Wasn't even fucking there. Kaz wasn't even there at the time. How the fuck would he have known about that? I swallowed my mouth full of cereal. That was 3 years ago. Oh, Kaz, stop being a paranoid jackass. Ami giggled and chimed in. Right, Kaz, it's been a long time. There's no need to get so paranoid. He looked at us for a moment, before tilting his head down and sighing. You may be right, but I still can't shake this weird feeling. I pointed at him with my spoon. Maybe you just need to take a shit, Ami. Ami giggled, but Kaz looked at me grimly. I'm very serious, Yumi. I feel like this time might not end so well as the last. That shut me up. God damn it, Kaz. Way to be a buzzkill. This is not fucking Kaz. I'm sorry. He would not say shit like this. Lord. Where the fuck was I?
Now that I couldn't.
Oh, now I couldn't help but think of terrible things. I finished my cereal and dumped my dishes in the sink. I like the idea of her just dumping all our dishes and them all fucking breaking and then Kaz getting really pissed off. You broke all the fucking dishes, you stupid fucking bitch! And then it takes.
It's just like when it's just like when Mario. It's just like when Mario forces Jeffy to do his chores just to get the Wi-Fi password. And
Yeah, and then Jeffy just takes the fucking plates and chucks them all over the floor.
yeah, and just breaks them all and calls them clean.
Hey, Daddy, I cleaned those dishes. Oh, what if Ami and Yumi had to fucking babysit Jeffy?
Oh God.
No. What if Jeffy became a fan of Hi Hi Puffy, Ami, Yumi, and decided to go to a concert of theirs?
Oh boy.
Write that down, Minor. Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Okay. I'm going to go do some practicing. I sighed, then turned to Ami. When you're done, you're welcome to join me. Smiled back and nodded. Okay. I passed Kaz in the doorway, my smile gone, saying nothing to him. Yumi, I heard him whisper. I turned around to see him from the doorway, facing me. Be careful in the city. I stared at him for a moment before silently turning back around and continuing to my room. You know what? Kaz may actually be right about that. Fucking Gavin Newsom's LA kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking bad. Like I don't think I want to
Puffy Ami Yumi actual ending. Yumi fucking steps on a used needle and a bunch of homeless people attack them.
Yeah, wait, I got it.
Actual series finale. It's just like when Dola gets fucking attacked by the lion on SML. They find fucking like Yumi's disembodied head laying across the street.
Dang.
That's fucking metal right there, brother.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, maybe
It's
by
so
the time
metal,
Yumi
brother.
actually heals, and nothing bad happens to him in LA, that's only because that's Larry Elder finally took over as governor of California, and all of a sudden everything becomes good again.
Yep. Yeah, God. Donald Trump
You,
becomes governor of Tokyo. The Hi Puffy series finale. Wait, hold on. Don't Ami and Yumi have like fucking superpowers or whatever?
wait, what?
Don't they have like fucking superpowers in the show and they like fucking they like fight some kind of music monsters or whatever? Or am I thinking of a different show entirely?
Yeah, they actually did.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
what?
was about to say. I thought they had fucking powers. Why would they be worried about like any of this shit? They should be like
Wait,
out fighting
what?
monsters and shit.
Wait, why did
Yeah.
that happen?
That was basically the plot of the show. They like fight a bunch of fucking. I'll explain later when we're done with this. All right, Corey, your chapter. You
Alrighty.
know what? I'll look that up while you're reading.
Alrighty. I stepped off. I stepped off the tour bus and inhaled a deep breath of city air. All around me was the sound of bustling city traffic. With Ami by my side, I began to wander off. We will be back later, Kaz, I waved. Yami. Yami.
Yami Yugi, Yami Yugi and Kaiba, my fucking boys.
I waved. Yumi, he addressed me in a serious tone. Remember what I told you? I chuckled and shook it off. Yeah, whatever. We began walking off again, leaving Kaz by the tour bus with a worried expression on his face. He wasn't going to screw up our first time back in LA. I pointed out a little bar across the street from us. Hey, Abby, remember that place? She looked over and giggled. Yeah, we had drinks there after the show. We both laughed for a moment before continuing down the street. I felt amazing. The last time me and Abby had spent any time like this together had been the mall, and that was the day that I freaked out and tried to overdose on sleeping pills. I wondered if she was worried that I might try something tonight. I wouldn't blame her if she was. I couldn't tell if it was even on her mind at all. If it was, she was hiding it well. She looked very happy and chipper. Her happy atmosphere was stronger than it usually was. I felt myself being surrounded by it, driving out my negative atmosphere. It was nice. She hadn't done that in so long. It was very refreshing. I think her new perfume was also overpowering me, but I didn't mind it because it smelled lovely. We stopped walking, we looked at each other, and then to the street signs. Those two familiar street signs. We have found our intersection. Well, there it is, I smiled, my voice laced with a trace of wonder. I could feel Avi's excitement intensify. The cross light was still just a red hand. I shoved my own hands in my pocket as we waited. It felt like forever until the redhead switched to a blue person. We walked forward, only this time there was no squealing tires, there was no revved up engine, there was no crazy drunk. We managed to get across with no accidents. While we were across, we both turned to look at the intersection again. I began sweating, wondering if maybe this was a good opportunity to tell Ami. Hey, Ami, I gotta tell you something. These words poured out of my mouth before I could think. She took to me. She turned to look at me. What is it, Yumi? I gulped and then managed to a split second to think. It's just, I hesitated before speaking again. Being back at this intersection made me think about how thankful I am that you are my friend. God damn it. God fucking damn it. I had the perfect opportunity. Aw, shucks, Yumi. I thought of the same thing. She smiled at me. If you haven't saved me those years ago, I didn't know what would have happened. I felt my face warm up, but I could only imagine the blush on my face right now. Then, with a swift moment, she took my hands in hers. I'm still grateful for that. She sounded more serious, but there was still a huge smile on her face. She was looking deep into my eyes. I wonder if she could see the spark she gave them. I chucked and looked down. It's not a big deal, you know. I had a new friend who I didn't want to get hurt. She smiled even wider. You're the only person who ever cared so much for me. That's nothing to me. That's not nothing to me. The smile left my face and I looked at her with wide eyes. Was she being serious? Did she mean that? Before I could think too hard, she pulled me into a tight hug. You're the most important person in my life, Yumi. I felt a tear trickle down my face as I hugged her back. Heh, ditto. After what had felt like an hour, we finally pulled away from each other, both wiping tears from our eyes. Hey, how about we do some more exploring? I suggested. Abby sniffed and nodded her head with a smile. After wandering around for another 10 minutes, we found a burger place that to get something quick to eat. We hadn't eaten in a while, and we needed something to get our strength back after that crying. We ate our food while sharing plenty of laughs. After eating,
Oh
we
yes.
continued our adventure of the city for at least another hour. I never
Oh
thought.
yes.
What?
Fat greasy. I was gonna say fat greasy burgers will give you back the energy of crying or whatever.
Hey,
You know, you
Hey,
mentioned
that's what helped Gloom.
oh
Okay?
fuck, you know what? I just remembered Ruby Gloom existed. I'm gonna look up Ruby Gloom fanfic.
Oh
Oh
my
no.
god, no. Anyway, um, after eating, we continued our adventure of the city for at least another hour. I never thought it possible, but me and Ami became even closer during our city escapade. While I was happy about that, it also made me fearful. I never been so attached to someone the way I was attached to Ami. I couldn't shake off this feeling that if I told her about my feelings, our friendship would crumble. She was the most important thing to me, and I didn't want in I wanted any infu love with. I didn't want to ruin that with my silly infutation. I mean, a silly infutation was all it was, right? I had trouble with even imagining me having the capacity to be actually in love with anyone. An infutation was probably the closest I would have be able to get to love. That's how I felt anyways. I was kind of thankful that when we got back to the bus, it was colder than shit outside, and I hadn't worn in the boots yet, so they felt weird on my feet. It looked like she was a little worn down, so it was probably a good idea to take a break before the show. We continued our laughing in the kitchen, each of us with a cold glass of orange juice. Kaz came in with a look of relief on his face. So, how did you girls enjoy yourselves? He managed to smile. Me giggled. Yeah, we saw a lot of cool stuff around the city. She smiled back. I smirked up at him. Yeah, I saw a hobo. Me and Ami both broke into a laugh. We managed to get a chuckle out of Kaz. Well, I'm glad you both came back okay. The show starts at 7, so you got a few hours to recharge for the show. He then left the room, waving at us. We looked at each other for a short moment before breaking into laughter once again. I felt genuinely happy for the first time in a while. I guess we really were past the sleeping pill incident. I was glad for that. I had made Ami so upset, and I thought I would never smile with her again. The fact that we went back to smiling and laughing so soon made me absolutely thrilled. Maybe LA was our lucky city. The
Yeah, I ain't gotta wait
show
anymore on Drug Avenue, so.
the show was an absolute hit. The crowd was crazy and we played our hearts out. Not a single person in the crowd was still. Everyone was jumping and dancing and singing and cheering. I had forgotten how great the LA crowd was as well. I didn't know why we didn't come to LA more often. After he, after
Honestly.
helping man the merch booth, after helping man the merch booth and signing more shit than I was and signing more shit I cared to count. We sneaked out back and have some post-show drinks. We went to the same bar as last time. This time, however, the bartender recognized us as the rock stars we were. Last time we were there, he didn't believe us that we had just performed a show. But by now we were pretty big everywhere, so you could hardly find a person who didn't know of us. He nervously apologized about it, and we sat down at the counter. Almi and I both laughed. It's no big deal. We
How
were
old
the
are they here? Are they allowed to fucking drink? How old are they here?
I don't know.
Are they like? I mean, the bartender would probably just pop him up on fucking drugs anyway because he's like, you know what? You're rock stars. I'm gonna give you whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's no big deal. We have tiny shits
Uh,
back then. I waved my
yeah,
hand.
plus, sorry,
Yeah,
plus they're
underage
able
drinking
to.
legalized in California.
I'm more concerned that they're still doing concerts literally after Yumi almost died from suicide.
It's actually a good point. Why the fuck are they doing concerts like right after Yumi almost? Oh, is she just gonna start singing about her self-cutting scars now? Like, what kind of songs would they even make?
I
Oh
know,
my
right? I'm more
God,
concerned.
what the scars remain? Just like probably probably Yumi has her own solo singing career and she sings like stuff from Black Veil Brides or
No, no, fucking. I always made the joke that like Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club sang "Knives and Pens" by Black Veil Brides.
Yes! Oh my God, I was not the only one!
I love that song though, actually.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. Okay. I waved my hand at him. I asked with a smile. Oh, wait, no. I waved my hand at him to motion for him to let it go. Yeah, it's nothing we hold a grudge about, Ami added with another tiny giggle. How Hey, did you remember what we had the last time we were here? I asked with a smile. He nodded. Coming right up. In a matter of few minutes, he set down two fruit cocktails in front of us. Here you go. These ones will be on the house. He smiled on. He smiled at us. Oh man, you rock! I exclaimed before taking a large swig. Yeah, thank you so much. Ami added happily before taking a sip. I felt a little nostalgic drinking with Ami. We hardly drank, but we always make sure we mutually wanted a drink before we did anything. We only drank together, except I sometimes drank alone secretly, which was why I had a bottle of sake hidden in my drawer before Kaz took it. I hoped he never told Ami about that. After another drink, we decided to head out. He paid the bartender and made our way out, waving back at him. We stood outside for a moment, enjoying the feel of cold air against our warm cheeks. Hey, I looked at Ami. Want to go to the intersection one more time before we leave? She thought for a short moment and smiled. Yeah, sure. We linked arms and began walking towards the intersection. We were only buzzed, but we still stumbled a little bit here and there. We laughed about nothing and everything and everything as we walked. When we finally made it to the intersection, our light was red. We waited, arms still linked. As cars sped past us, our light finally turned blue, so we began making our way across. I heard tires squealing, but I couldn't pinpoint where. Then everything happened in a flash. There was screaming and a loud car engine. The sound of a speeding car. I didn't have enough time to react. And the next thing I know, I saw Ami flying up onto the windshield of a car. The car
I
kept speeding
believe I can
away as Ami fell to the
fly.
ground in a heap.
I believe I can touch the
Sky
sky.
flying like an eagle to the sea.
Oh no, and no, fucking Ami gets hit by the car, and then she just suddenly like careens into the fucking sky, and it's just like fucking Top Gun. Do 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 do. I went to the danger zone. Do do. And the fucking like a pilot in Top Gun is like flying right by her, and he gives her the thumbs up, but she's just fucking careening.
No, oh my god.
I went to the danger zone. I
Oh
got more
my
energy now because I
god.
just chugged a bunch of
I saw
Cherry Coke
Ami
Diet
flying
Pepsi.
flying up onto the windshield of a car. The car kept speeding away as Ami fell to the ground in a heap. Ami! I threw myself to my knees next to her and picked her up. Ami, speak to me! Ami! Her eyes were closed, but her body was limp and she was struggling to breathe. I couldn't tell if she was unconscious. Tears started pouring from my eyes as I looked around frantically. Someone call an ambulance! I shouted at the people who were beginning to form a crowd around us. A few people pulled out phones and started dialing. I cupped my hand around Ami's face, beginning to sob. Ami, Ami, stay with me, I stammered between sobs. Ami, I love you. You can't leave me. I held her closer to me and sobbed into her neck in the distant sound of
Ami's last
ambulance
words to me
sirens.
were, hold on. Ami's last words to me before she suddenly passed away right there were, "You're fucking gay."
No, and you see Californians. Hold on, you see Californians. This is what happens when you keep Gavin Newsom as governor.
This is Gavin Newsom's California.
Oh God.
Gavin Newsom. They're having a good time, and Yumi's getting her life back together. But no, Gavin Newsom and still has to be governor, which led to this shit.
I held her closer to me and I sobbed into her neck and the distant sound of ambulance sirens became louder. In no time, the ambulance had arrived and she was pulled onto it on a stretcher. The medical worker approached me. Are you coming into the ambulance to ride with your friend? Without hesitation, I nodded and he helped me in. I sat next to Ami and squeezed her hand. Please be okay, Ami, I whispered to her. I know she couldn't hear me, but I couldn't help it.
It wouldn't have happened if Larry Elder was governor.
Alrighty.
As governor, I promise you, no more lesbian Japanese pop stars shall be hit by driving automobiles. Drunk driving
Also,
shall be highly
also,
illegalized and punishable by death.
yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure if Larry Elder's governor. I'm pretty sure the girls would not be drinking underage.
Okay, I, as governor, Larry Elder, will declare that all people going over the speed limit shall be punished by death. Public execution with a guillotine.
Oh my God.
Oh wait! It's freaking people reporting. It's freaking people reporting, recording the freaking incident. You know what to do, minor.
ARB. Breaking news, okay? Local lesbian Japanese pop artist Ami Onuki has been hit by a speeding automobile. Sources say Jeffy may have been the driver, but he denies it.
Oh my God. I can just. Oh my God,
Now, a word from
Jeffy just
Julian
pretend. Oh God,
Scotland.
no, minor. Jeffy pretended that Ami was Brooklyn T. Guy's ex-wife.
Oh, Yumi Yoshimura. That's her name. I thought her name was fucking Yoshikage. I thought
Yoshimura.
Yeah,
Yumi's last name. I thought
Wait, I
Yumi's
guess.
last name was fucking Yoshikage, like Yoshikage Kira. I'm not kidding. I thought that was her fucking last name. It's Yoshimura.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Japanese
But
name's
yeah,
fake.
but yeah, Jeffy just ran Ami over like he pretended that she was Brooklyn T. Guy's ex-wife.
Breaking
No, no.
news, okay? Local teenage pop star Yumi Yoshimura has been hit by a speeding automobile. Oh wait, no, fuck, it's Ami. I think it's Ami Onuki, my bad. Alright, sorry. And now, a word from our sponsors. And it's just a commercial for Pabst Blue Ribbon, and it features a drunk driver.
Wait, I got it, guys. As Jeffy hits Ami in the car, it shows Jeffy. Rosalina pops out from under the seat. It's like, "What's that, Jeffy?" And Jeffy just pushes her head back underneath the seats, as in, that she's over there.
Oh, fucking no, it's that one episode where fucking Jeffy steals Brooklyn guy's car. He steals the police car and he hits on me with it by accident.
Where it's like, "What's
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
Jeffy?"
it's
It's
just
like,
like
"Oh,
what Junior.
Jeffy,
It's just like what Bowser Jr. brings home a hobo. After no, that's an actual SML episode. He brings home a hobo
Yeah, it is.
by trapping him by putting him in the trunk of a car.
what?"
And then
Breaking news, okay? Local
and then
pop
he
star.
distracts Chef Pee Pee and
Forgot about Chef P.
then he distracts Chef Pee Pee and he just recklessly drove off back to his old home and
So,
Breaking news, okay? Local
and
teenage
he
lesbian pop star Ami Onuki has been hit in a speeding car accident. And now a word with her vague lover and/or sister. What's her name? Yumi Yoshimura, and then it's just like got her on camera and she's fucking crying. She's like, "Why are you filming this?" Mr. Goodman says, "We must do unethical things in the name of journalism sometimes." And now a word with our sponsors.
and then on YouTube, it's Matt Wolf saying, "Today on the Matt Wolf Show, we show how the making the car in California's been going as we some of
Yo,
the
no
recent
fucking.
news."
You remember that one Steven Crowder episode where he has the guy like take a knee on his neck and takes like the fucking George Floyd challenge or whatever? Not kidding, that's an actual video. He fucking does something like that, but he's like, "I promise you, real Americans can take a hit by a car." And then he fucking has some guy run him over as part of a YouTube challenge.
Maybe, but no, but Crowder would
it's
literally
a,
crush
it's
that
a,
Japanese
it's
pop
a
star. He
it's a
would, because
segment
he
from
has actually done
Jackass.
that too.
Fucking Johnny Knoxville comes out and just like yells when Ami gets hit. He's like, "Yo!"
Yeah,
Anyway,
alright, Johnny Knoxville, when he does that, that's where Sami Zayn comes in for a rundown. "You think you can get my Intercontinental Champion, Knoxville?"
anyway, Minor,
Sorry, and then the news becomes a big clusterfuck promo for the Intercontinental Champion again in
read
WrestleMania.
Oh right.
chapter 8.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, we're on chapter 8. You're right. Okay. Okay. There. What? As his voice screamed into my ear through the phone receiver, I cringed. His screaming adding on to my headache. I couldn't even find the words to say, so I just replied with a sniffle. "I told you to be careful. How did this even happen?" He lowered his voice slightly. I don't know. I managed out. We were walking and this guy he just came out of nowhere. I stumbled over my words and Kaz interrupted me with a sharp sigh. "Okay, just calm down." What?
Michio said Gavin Newsom, and Cancel would have understand.
Wait, no, it's fucking Caitlyn Jenner that ran her over.
I just realized there's a character that's mentioned once, Corey. Do you remember that
Yeah.
one third character in Ami Yubi that's like green hair and one of the girls is former friends?
Oh yeah, I forgot what her
I
name
looked that up. I
was.
don't remember that.
Where the fuck was she in this story?
Oh yeah, Julie.
Oh,
Totally
Julie.
forgot about her.
Where the fuck was Julie in the story? I like to think she's the one that ran over Ami.
No, I still think Jeffy did it. And
Alright, I
that
think
and
to move
that
along.
Jeffy pretended that Ami was Brooklyn T guy's ex-wife.
Wait, if you really think about it, Julie was kind of the good guy.
Yeah.
Like I understand why they gave her the boot because she was fucking evil and crazy, but like they didn't even really give her that much credit.
Well, anyway, read.
Anyway, where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, As interrupted me with a sharp sigh. Okay, just calm down. His tone was significantly softer. I just want to know if Avi was okay. It took me a moment to gather my senses enough to speak again. I haven't heard anything yet. There's a brief pause. Alright, Kaz said finally. Tell me where you're at and I'll be there right away. If any paparazzi show up before I get there, make sure you don't tell them shit. I swallowed. Alright. After giving him directions and exchanging a few words, I hung up the payphone and hurried back to where I was sitting. It was an uncomfortable bench just outside of Ami's room. I started biting my fingernails, scraping off some of the dark purple nail polish with my teeth. It only took Cass about 20 minutes to find me. I could see his worried expression worsen as he got a good look at me. My face was covered in smeared makeup, my dress was now stained with blood, and I was stained with blood? Jesus Christ! Okay, Ami would be dead if that was the case. I was shaking more than I had ever had before. Yumi, he knelt down in front of me and instantly, without thinking, I threw my arms around him and sobbed into his shoulder. I caught him off guard, so he hesitated before wrapping his arms around me securely. And I'd never thought that I would ever let Kaz see me cry, but I couldn't hold back this time. It felt like an eternity had passed. I finally stopped crying on Kaz, and he sat next to me on the bench. He didn't complain that I hugged him too tight, and he didn't complain about the mascara stains that I left on his t-shirt. He just sat in silence. Finally, a doctor came out of the room and approached us. Hey, my name's Brooklyn Guy, the doctor said. Just wanted to let you know.
Did somebody call a doctor?
Just wanted to let you know, your friend is not okay. You know, we tried to feed her, but she did not like the food. She's kind of being a dick right now. And no, I don't think she's gonna
Wait,
be
no,
okay.
wait, no. Wait, I got it. It's Dr. Wildor, if you've seen. You know what I'm talking about?
No, 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 no. Dr. Pig.
Dr. Pig. Oh, I would like to know that I looked at your test results and I have diagnosed you with gay. Just like Uni. Oh, that makes you gay. That means I'm correct. I have a PhD, you dumb bitch.
You're in denial. You're a gay in denial.
You're
And
gay in
fucking
denial.
And then Brooklyn Guy just comes out and yells, "Hey, what the hell are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be
What are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be here.
And he's like, and then he just yells, "Hey, you know we have fucking COVID mandates, right? All right, you need to get out of here. I know you're concerned about your friend and all, but she's gonna be all alone. She's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm just gonna put on my mask and leave her alone and feed her under the door like she's a prison inmate. All right, she's gonna be fine.
Wait a minute. You mean? Wait a minute. Is Ami vaccinated? No, she hasn't been vaccinated yet. Oh, we can't take unvaccinated
Wait,
patients.
wait a
And
second,
they
hold
just
on.
push her off the hospital.
Wait a second, hold on. Yumi, I gotta ask you a question here. Is Ami Anuki vaccinated? No. All right, fellas, wheel out the gurney. They wheel it down the ramp, and she like fucking like goes outside.
Yeah, just like that one scene from the SpongeBob episode The Lost Mattress where
Yeah, where Mr. Krabs fucking like gets wheeled outside of the fucking.
yeah, wheeled outside of the hospital
Mr.
room because he has like no insurance.
Yeah, but like as she going and she eventually like starts just like bailing down the street at 10,000 kilometers an hour.
Yes.
And then just like Initial D starts playing, and she gets into a street race with a bunch of anime guys. Gas.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. You know what? That should be. You know what? That should be like the next Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
I'm pretty sure you guys or some of the other people listening to
And
this
yes, it
might
will
not
be
get
better
it.
than the next generation.
I was gonna say that the doctor would also be Dr. Kuzniak.
Kushniak?
He's a doctor from Brookleberry. He's
Oh.
basically a very shady medical malpractice doctor.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
No, no, no.
Anyway,
Okay, this is a really, really intricate reference here. But you know who the doctor should actually be?
What?
The Totally Spies from that one chapter of Totally Eds where they do medical malpractice on Sarah from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
on the spies, basically.
Yeah, the fucking Totally Spies. You know that one chapter of Totally Eds where they fucking mustard gas Sarah and send her to retard school?
Yes.
Do you remember that chapter, Corey?
Yes, I remember that chapter. When I talked, when I
Welcome to
talked,
Blow, sorry.
no. It's when I talked like this every time there was a Sarah quote in the story. Remember?
Yeah, I
Are we gonna
remember.
are we gonna bleep us when we say the word retard every time? Post retard.
No,
Oh, YouTube doesn't.
no. Anyway,
YouTube
yeah,
does not care.
we went
Anyway,
we
us
went
two
way off
homo.
in the story.
Anyways, you
Alright,
aren't
where the
gonna.
fuck are
If you're
we?
not gonna censor us, that means you aren't gonna censor me saying this. Honk honk. Fuck you, Trudeau. Honk honk.
Honk! The fucking, Hong Kong Honk Honk. New album.
Anyway, go.
Right wing media. Anyway. Where the fuck was I?
Let's see here. No.
God, okay, blah 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 blah. I jumped up quickly, desperation filling my entire body. How is she? Will she be okay? I felt more tears coming. The doctor gave me a supportive smile. It's alright. She broke a rib and needs a few stitches on her shoulder, but other than that, she just got some scrapes and bruises and possibly a mild concussion. Oh, fucking shit. It just said 2 paragraphs ago that Yumi was covered in Ami's blood. She would be dead or have in various kinds of internal bleeding. I get the feeling that the writer just wanted to make a really fucked up accident, but she kind of pussied out halfway through. That's the vibe I'm getting here.
Oh no, she got a concussion, so she should be put in with a concussion patient. And it's just like freaking Eddie Guerrero, Ray Dudley, and Benoit.
Christian Cage shows up. He's like, and then like Benoit's just like, fuck you, I'll make it worse, and he just fucking gives her a shoot suplex onto the hospital floor. Chris Benoit and Ami Onuki, the best tag team ever.
Yeah.
Oh god, we're saying
Benoit.
such horrible shit about this story. I feel kind of bad. Alright, this is one of the better recordings we've done, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt a small wave of relief rush through me, and I heard Kaz let out a relieved sigh. What a relief, he said to himself softly. Am I allowed to see her? I bit my lip. The doctor gave me a small nod. She's still asleep, but you can see her. She motioned for us to, he motioned for us to enter the room, and I didn't hesitate. I hurried to her side and scanned her. Her breathing was still ragged, but it was more steady than it had been before. She had an army of bandages on her face and chest, along with a couple of bruises. Sorry, that Pepsi burp. As I took her hand in mine, I began crying into it. Ami, my crying eventually turned into sobbing. I'm so sorry, I couldn't save you this time. She's still alive, you idiot. It's not like she died. Oh, whatever. I held my hand against her face and continued sobbing. Eventually, I ended up passing out with my head in her lap. I woke up to my hair being played with. It felt so nice that I couldn't bring myself to move, the bliss paralyzing me. I finally managed to make myself sit up. Good morning, Yumi, Ami said in a sing-song voice. She smiled at me and it made me feel very conflicted. I felt so happy to know she could still smile at me, but I still felt guilty for being unable to help her again. My mic is still working, right?
Yep.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, sorry. Before I could say anything more, she took my hand in hers. Yumi, stop. I know you and I know you're blaming yourself. In shock, I took a deep breath. Don't worry about it. You can't control what other people do. We were drinking, so neither of us were very coordinated. Her hand tightened around mine. You were there with me through it all, and that's all I really needed. She gave me a warm look, and I felt a tear roll down my cheek. I was speechless. She quickly wiped it away with her free hand. Hey, it's all right. I held her hand in my face and looked down. I was just so scared. She stroked my cheek with her thumb. I know. I'm sorry for worrying you. I gulped, a small trickle of courage coming to me. I thought I might lose you, and I don't think I could handle that. She gave me a sweet, sympathetic look. That's why I think I should tell you. She looked puzzled as I stood up. I took a deep breath. I should tell you that I. I felt my face get very warm. I. Ami blinked up at me, waiting. I'm a goofy goober! Rock! Doo 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 doo
I'm a
doo
goofy
doo doo. I'm
goober.
a goofy goober! Rock! Doo 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 doo. Rock! Goofy goobers! Rock! Doo doo doo. Goofy goofy goober goober! Rock! Doo 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 doo. Oh come on, that was good. You have to admit.
Yes.
That should have actually been in the story. Anyway. Ami blinked up at me, waiting. I'm in love with you. She looked at me puzzled as I stood up. I took a deep breath. Oh wait, sorry. With that, I dashed out of the room as fast as possible. Yumi! I heard her call after me, but I kept running. I ducked inside the nearest bathroom and hid myself in a stall. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? What is Ami going to say? All I knew was that I needed a quick breather. After taking in a few minutes of silence, I felt my phone vibrating in my bra. She keeps her phone in her fucking bra? I pulled it out and flipped it open. There was a text message from Kaz. I opened it up. Hey, why did you run out of Ami's room? Showed up on the screen. I sighed, not wanting to explain anything. It's complicated. I'm not going to text it to you. I hit send and closed my phone, holding it in my hand. A few seconds later, it buzzed again. I opened the message. Well, she seems a bit upset and wants to talk to you. I texted back, I just need a moment to put my feelings in order and put my face in my hands. I was extremely nervous about talking to her again. After a moment, I left the stall to splash my face with water. The cold water felt wonderful against my face. I took a good look at myself, my face dripping with water. God damn, there's a lot of water. I let out a sigh, wiped my face dry, and left the bathroom nervously. I stood next to the doorway, still nervous. Oh, where is she? Ami sounded kind of sad. I texted her. She said something about sorting out some feelings. Kaz replied kind of dryly. I have something very important to tell her, Ami sighed. Do you want me to look for her? Kaz offered. No, you don't have to do that, she replied. I looked down at my shoes, thinking for a moment. Finally, I approached the doorway. Both Ami and Kaz looked up at me. Yumi, they said simultaneously. Hey, Kaz, that's a jinx. You owe Ami a Coke. I smirked at him. Yeah, she owes him some Coke, all right. They're rock stars. They 100% do Coke
Cocainum.
behind the scenes. They all do.
Cocainum.
Cocainium. The new fucking element of the periodic table.
The cocainium.
I'm a scientist. Oh, really? Well, what do you study? I study the element of cocainium.
I love how
Element.
it continuously keep playing Shadow the Hedgehog music while we were reading this.
Oh, wait, you actually are still doing that? Damn.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be a copyright nightmare. Alright,
Why?
I don't know, if you can get away with it, I don't see why not. I smirked at him. Maybe you should go get her one. Kaz let out a frustrated grumble and walked out of the room. I entered the room and closed the door behind me. I then turned around to find Ami looking at me with a serious look on her face. I slowly approached her. Look, Ami. She grabbed me by the wrists and pulled me down so that I was sitting by the edge of her bed, leaning over her. Before I could react, she pulled my face down to hers and planted a firm kiss on my lips. It took me a second to process what had just happened, but after a second, I kissed her back. Ami pulled away and looked at me. Yumi, do you know how long I've waited for you to say those words to me? All I could do was smile and kiss her again. For once, I was filled to the brim with pure happiness. Her lips were amazing. They were visibly chapped, but they still felt so soft against mine. She sat up and I instantly wrapped my arms around her. In reply, she wrapped her arms around my neck. I felt the heavy burden being lifted off me in that moment. The voices in my head packed up and left. I no longer felt like I needed to hurt myself or anyone. I felt like all I needed was Ami, and judging by Ami's eagerness to kiss me, that I was all she needed. Well, goddamn, happy Valentine's Day. Shit. Valentine's Day special. You know, okay, this is automatically better than the fucking pregnant Billy and Mandy fanfic. You want to know why?
Why?
This is actually written kind of well. I'm kind of surprised. Have you noticed that, like, the writing quality on this is way too good for a story like this?
Yes.
I'm betting that's the reason they haven't written in, like, 8 years. They were like, why the fuck am I writing this? I want to go write a book or something. Now they're probably writing Euphoria. Ba-boom, psh.
God.
This is
Yeah.
so good that the writer's probably this is so fucking good. The writer probably moved on from fanfiction to the CW.
Anyway, there's one more paragraph left in this chapter.
That was definitely a roast. I apologize to the writer on the 0.5%
No, this is not a bullied recording. This is not a bullied recording.
This is not a bully recording. We are actually reviewing this non-objectively.
Yeah.
Last one was a bully. Alright, anyway.
It took me a second.
Alrighty, anyway.
It had been a week.
Period. It had been a week since Ami was finally discharged from the hospital. She no longer had any bandages on, and she looked as vibrant as ever. I was glad to see her so happy. I was glad to see me happy for once. We sat on my bedroom floor to have a jam session. Pulled out my acoustic guitar and my favorite practicing pick. I strummed freely for a moment before getting an idea in my head. I played a chord. All you need is love, I sang. Ami looked at me and smiled brightly. All you need is love, she joined in then. All you need is love. Love is all you need. Has a stroke. Author's note, this will be the last chapter of the official story. Keep in mind I may update it once in a while with small drabbles, but the official story is over. Thank you for all the support, favorites, watches, and reviews. You guys are what made me continue, and this story never would have gotten anywhere without you guys. Uvu, keep an eye on my profile because I might start more fanfictions in the future. Lots of love, Viking Rar. Do you want to do the drabbles? I have to go get my computer charger.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Hold up.
Yumi's point of view. I flipped through the pages of a new book I have gotten that day with while music flooded in my headphones and into my ears. I hummed along with the lyrics while my eyes danced around the pages. I was in my bed lying on my stomach, propping myself up on my elbows. I yawned loudly and promptly heard a knock on my door. I pulled the headphones out of my ears and I rolled off of the bed, straightening my clothes out. I walked over and opened the door. I was greeted by a smiling Ami, holding a small box. Hey Yumi, can I come in? I blinked, looking at the box and then at her, then smiled. Of course! You don't really need to ask anymore, you know. Ami giggled in the response. It's just a force of habit. She walked in and closed the door behind her, sat herself on the bed. I sat next to her and pointed at the box. What's that? Ami smiled at me, a hint of smugness on her face. A gift? I gave her a confused look. What for? Ami looked kind of shocked. Oh, don't tell me you forgot! She waited a moment to see if I would say something, but I just shrugged. She finally got a huge smile on her face. Today marks the day that you haven't cut yourself for a whole year. My jaw dropped a little. Ami, you remembered that? Ami, you remembered that? She leaning forward slightly. Of course I did, and as a gift, with a blush, she stood up. She gave her more razors. You gotta keep the scars!
Keep the scars, keep the blood flowing.
When the scars remain. I still want to know what that song is. I keep forgetting.
I can't remember either. I've heard it before though.
The scars remain. Those scars remain. Alrighty, my jaw. Alright, let's see here. Of course I did, and as a gift with a blush, she stood up and turned towards me. She knelt down and one knee in front of me. She pulled out the box to open to reveal a shiny ring with a dazzling purple gem. I gasped sharply, and I put my hands to my face. My jaw dropped so far that my mouth was at its limit. Yumi, would you stay with me forever? She smiled lovingly at me, and I felt tears started to come to my eyes. I gently took the ring and slid it onto my ring finger. Of course. I slid off the bed and kissed her passionately while wrapping my arms around her. She kissed back in response, smiling against my lips.
About that, my mom was asking. What an ending, though.
Huh,
The
I will too. No, stop! Leave me alone! Let go of me! Leave me alone! Stop it! No! I shot upright in bed with a.
you mean when Kaz molests her? I
Oh.
was hoping you would talk over that. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I shot upright in bed with a loud gasp. My chest was heaving, and I was never drenched in a cold sweat. I looked down at my hands, then moved to the clutch of my face. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. My arm fell to my side, and I let out a sigh of relief. My other, my other, the other moving to the clutch of my shirt, just above my heart. I was slightly startled when the figure next to me in the bed stared. By a wave of relief, washed it away upon seeing the messy pink locks. Yumi, Mommy said sleepily, following up by a tiny yawn. What's the matter? I gave her a reassuring smile. Nothing. It was just a nightmare. I looked over to see her warm spill with concern. Are you sure? You seem shaken up. I just widened my smile. I'm sure I'll be fine. I was interrupted by the sound of a loud crash coming from the kitchen. I jumped and ended up falling forwards to a clutch onto Ami for dear life. Immediately, I felt her arms wrap around me tightly. Shh, it's alright, Yumi. I'm pretty sure that was just Kaz being clumsy as usual. As if on cue, I could hear Kaz's muffled cursing from the other room. I could feel my body trembling as Ami could too, judging by how much tightly she held me then. See? Her voice
It's a
was
typo.
gentle. See? Her voice was gentle and hushed. Just Kaz. There's nothing to be afraid of, Yumi. She gently eased me back down on the bed, and we just laid there holding each other tightly. I
Be
could
not
hear Ami's
afraid,
heartbeat,
said the seraph.
and it soothed my nerves in no time. It wasn't long before we both fell asleep again. My dreams more pleasant this time around.
Base. Base,
This
base.
is this is fucking based. I love how I continuously played Shadow of the Hedgehog music during this whole time. Anyway, so what you all think?
I think Sue just completely timed out.
I love how I continuously made these edgy jokes and shit.
Yeah, no, like this is definitely worth putting on YouTube. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look up a pine cest.
No.
All right, what should we do? Pine cest or Zim and Dib relationship?
What?
Zim and Dib relationship. ZABR from Invader Zim.
Oh no, no, no.
Let's go on Wattpad for this one. That sounds great.
What for Zim and Dib
Urban
one?
ZA. How are these fucking chapters? Oh my god, this shit is ages long. Bro, no.
No, we already read a long one today.
Uh, oh, but it's Valentine's Day. We need a good ship. Another good
Uh,
ship. ship. We already read one, but whatever. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. It's just so epic.
Oh my god.
We should, you know what? We should like dedicate another full recording, just like a really fucking long, really edgy Invader Zim story, like a Gravity Falls story of some kind. It's whatever can be super fucking
Find
edgy.
find find an Invader Zim edgy fanfiction where Zim well, no, not Zim, where Gaz goes to Hot Topic and she and she just and then Dib just simps.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up Invader Zim fanfic. My hostage, not yours. Jesus Christ, this is 78,000 words long. I am not reading that. I do actually kind of like the cover art. The fuck is that like full cover art? Hold on. Ah, it's in a really shitty quality. Hold on, I'll link it, dude. Just show the people the cover, but like nothing else. I just linked it. It's so annoying that fanfiction won't like fucking let you upload anything that's like above like what 360 pixels or like 5 pixels. Stupid because it's like
to give some additional details, I'm thinking the rewrite would include the following: more plus better executed action fight scenes, a more cohesive storyline, complete overhaul of the progression of romance between our favorite starlets, more involved Urkin engine. Oh no, more involved Urkin Empire, more angst. Yeah, that's right. We gotta have. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? A story is better when it has more angst.
Hold on, are you reading the reviews for the Ami Yumi one or that Invader Zim one I just linked?
Invader Sim 1.
Oh, that's amazing.
And less of the following problematic themes, such as normalizing using sexual favors as a reason to fix your own robot. Hello? 14-year-old me? Pointless fan service, such as Gaz's random short-lived dancing arc. I know. We love fan service, but please note the word pointless there. I'm in my 20s. Your girl can't make some fan service that fits in the storyline instead of introverted Gaz randomly deciding dance class takes priority over her literal life. LMAO
Holy
FAO.
fuck, we might have to read this now. I'm so curious.
Horror movie level nonsensical decisions from otherwise intelligent characters. Chugly connected story arcs. Awkward smut scenes. Similar to my previous use of the word pointless again in my 20s.
Who has sex, though? Who has sex? Who has sex? I need to know now. Is it Zim and Gaz or Zim and Dib?
I don't know. I think we could do better than Sim's word obsession with pinning Gaz against a wall and smelling her neck. Can't speak from experience and say that's just weird, not hot, at least for anyone who above the head.
What experience did you have? How does this person know this from experience?
Oh my god! At least for at least for anyone above the age of 14. For the record, were the story to receive an update, the original would not be deleted, and the rewrite would maintain the same T rating. While the story was written during my teens, with internalized problematic beliefs about what sex, love, and romance is, I understand the frustration of going back to reread a story for old time's sake and finding it either deleted or so heavily altered it's unrecognizable. While I completely understand giving my position right now in proposing a rewrite, and that's right with and that's right like you're writing something, not right like you're always right.
I have 11 followers, 13. I'm really curious what else this person did now. I'm just gonna go to their account and fucking
I also understand how well loved the original series is. Okay.
No, this person has not wrote a single short story. Holy shit. Look at the word counts on some of these. RE, My Hostage Not Yours, complete rewrite of that one. 177,000 words.
Holy shit.
Dead Weight, words 15,424. What We Become, words 47,396. War on Love, words 85,502. From Your Memory, words 172,300.
Oh my god.
They just put a fucking monkey in a typewriter for 700 years and have this come out.
Yeah, I think we grammar is important to me as in spelling.
Well, you know what? I'm
Damn.
gonna read the reviews for the Amiyumi one. Give me a minute. Where the
You
fuck
know
is?
what? You know what? No, close, please.
Oh, I want to read the reviews of the Amiyumi one. Hold on, hold on.
Damn it, should have shown the wedding.
Damn it! Should have shown the wedding. Wedding. Daniel Bryan
Wow,
style. Yes, yes,
smoking.
yes.
Wow, smoking should have been weed. Cigs are fucked up, or some drugs would have been better, but still good work.
From D12 now. This is so dark. It's awesome. They put so dark in caps. Like, this is so dark. It's awesome. Holy shit! I didn't see it coming like that. Oh, listen to this. From Hardcore Parkour, 2 words. Epic
Epic
fanfic.
fanfic with a picture of Sonic Advance 1.
From Fuck the System 125. Still poppin'. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, you updated.
Yeah, I love how they
Okay,
actually
sorry.
finished this shit.
Sorry, I had to like do this. Wait, are you finished with fic?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
finished with
yeah,
it.
we finished it.
And then I read some really cool, really funny disclaimer to Miner here on that Zimfic.
Oh my god. I'm gonna look for a story
But no,
here.
you said something about a story with 600 words.
Oh fuck, where was that? Give me a minute, I'm looking.
You
Plus one.
said we were going to read that after this.
Yeah, you know what? I can just read that. Give me a minute. Okay, I Sweet Love. Here it is.
I
Again.
sweet love. What is this?
For Death Note, I think. Alright, I Viking Rar moved, another one by this guy. It's the
From
one,
oh,
it's the one where
Okay.
it's the one where he specifies that it's like, I'm not hating on special people, aka retards. Alright, here we go. Raido had experienced many boring nights, but this one was especially boring. Criminals finally got the hint that if they committed the crime, they would get fucking killed. Like, poof! Bitch, be gone. So Raido had no one to kill. Who the fuck is Raido? I never watched Death Note, but whatever. He sighed a big sigh, like the sigh of a bored man. Ryuku was hunched over in the corner, eating all the goddamn apples like a fat ass. It was sickening to Raido listening to him slurp and munch and swallow shit whole in that goddamn corner and drenched in spitty apple juice. Aw man, Ryuku-kun. Raido looked over at him. I'm so goddamn hot right now. I have the weirdest boner right now. He poked at his hard on and stroked his nipple. Apples give me boners, right, Oku? Ryuk took a break
Yeah,
from shoving his...
Applejack, you want to have some boner time?
Hi, Applejack! Thank you, Pa. I need you working on my plantation now, Whip Crack.
Whip crack.
Johnny Test Whip Crack over and
Ginny,
over.
Johnny Test, whip crack. Why did that say
You know what?
Ginny?
You know what? When I'm like on my deathbed about to die, what I want my kids to do is to just like fucking hack the life support system, and like every one of my heartbeats is just a Johnny Test Whip Crack. Either a Johnny Test Whip Crack or like every one of my heartbeats is just a fucking Vine Boom. Like
No, 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 that would have been mine. No, that would be mine with the vine booms.
Alrighty, I'll do the Johnny Test. That's more like me. Let's see here. Ryuk took a break from shoving those goddamn apples down his throat to make that very disturbing, unneeded comment. Is there anything other than apples that gives you boners? Rido said, stripping off his pants because it started hurting his weird-ass boner. Of how weird is misspelled there, by the way. Well, there is one thing. Ryuk turned around, leaving his fucking corner for once. Rido gasped, that is the weirdest fucking boner I have ever seen. Ryuk looked down at his boner, which happened to be over 9,000 meters long and made him 20% cooler in 10 seconds flat. Boners like this are normal for Shinagamis, Rido-kun. Rido is light, right?
I think.
I have no idea. I never watched the show. I would like my sisters, but they're fucking asleep. And
I think. I think.
Okay, so great. Light has a boner for apples. That's awesome. Boning for apples. That's my favorite carnival game.
He smiled like a retard, or I
probably-
mean, a special person, quote unquote.
Go ahead and let
What?
you finish this up.
Rido finally,
Or
sorry.
stopped staring at it. Anyway, what was that other thing that gives you boners? Ryuko gives a serious look at his face. You! Rido looked at him. In a way, what? I give you boners? Ryuko nodded. Is that why you have a boner right now? Ryuko nodded again. Rido stood up. Oh my god, do me! Ryuko looked at him for a second. Okay! He ripped the clothes right off of Rido. He started thrusting in and out of Rido's tight ass. Though we were though with all the time he spends with L, there's absolutely no fucking reason why it's so damn tight. Ryo started hitting to moaning like a little bitch tit. Oh
Amazing
daddy,
dialogue
yes.
right there.
Ryuko bitch slapped him. Shut the fuck up while I cock slap your prostate. Cock slap his prostate, he did. And all stared at the screen, unable to look away. Finally, old man Yagami had enough. I have to go. Do something now, old man Yagami left silently. He drove 5 miles and shot rocking back and forth. Oh no. No, that's wrong. He drove 5 miles and shot himself in a packed McDonald's parking lot right in front of a troop of Girl Scouts who screamed like a little bitches. Azula-san started as Azawa-san started puking all over the place. Matsuda-kun was rocking back and forth, repeating, True suffering is not known. True suffering is not known. And L was fapping like he know anyone had ever fapped before. Hot damn ghost porn. His hand was moving so fast you would have thought he was the fat bastard. Actually, he is, but that's a whole other story. No, now I want a story with him being the fat master. How did he become the fat master? I want to know.
Fat Master. Dude, that sounds like something I would write.
Now I cleaned. Oh no! Now I closed my fanfiction notebook, smiling upon the looks of terror on my children's faces. That was the story of how Uncle Raiko was born, and why his name is so goddamn weird. I stood up and turned out the lights, and children glanced at each other, shaking. Good night, sweet dreams. I closed the door. The children looked at each other again. The first one gulped, I'm never hugging Uncle Raiko again. The second one shuddered, me neither. But this just kind of reminds me of you. Have you ever seen the movie Major Payne?
Yeah.
You remember the part where Payne um part of the movie where Payne tells a bedtime story to to this little kid about the little engine that could.
Enlighten me. Enlighten me.
I forgot how it goes, but it just but but it was so gruesome in the story that the little kid was just terrified. It's so funny.
Alright, I'm glad it's
Do you want me to tell the story of the little engine that could again?
Oh no.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna read this 600-word long one. It's called Zim's First Kiss by Celestial Moonfire.
What the fuck?
I assume it's Zib and Dim having hot gay alien sex. So, let's read this shit, shall we? It's 34 reviews and it's 600 words long. How do these people fucking do it?
Anyway, I wrote this in school one day after I had a dream about it. I had a dream about her, about her it. The dream was quite vivid, so I remember most of what happened. The only thing is, before the finished kissing, my alarm went off. I added some things that I thought they might say at the end, though. In the story, as I dreamed it, for some reason, there was a calendar scene pretty much everywhere. One painted onto wall like that. I am assuming that as the date was quite a few years in the future. There aren't 12 anymore. Don't blame me if they seem a bit out of character. Dreams don't follow the rules, and you all know it. XD. Alright, read.
Oh, you wanted me to read it? Okay, cool. Okay, hold on. He felt, well, rage almost at himself. As always, he was just acting like, well, you know. Every time the two of them got this relaxed, it was always Zim who was in control of the situation. Wait, Dib muttered, pushing Zim away gently. Hmm? Zim stared at him confused. Usually Dib didn't mind Zim clinging to him. Now Dib was angry with himself. He wasn't sure why. He really did enjoy just standing there with Zim's arm wrapped around him while they talked in quiet voices. Just give me a minute. To think, he finally replied, closing his eyes and leaning back his head to rest on the wall. He wasn't sure why, but his breathing had increased slightly. What's wrong? Zim asked quietly after a moment or so of silence. Nothing, he lied. Then a sudden idea came to his mind. I want to try something. Dib opened his left eye slightly, looking for his approval. Go ahead, Zim replied with a slow nod, watching him carefully. First promise me you won't freak out. I didn't want him to get the wrong idea or anything. Okay, Zim promises he won't freak out, he agreed. Close your eyes, Dib commanded. When Zim's large red eyes were shut, he put both his hands on his shoulders and took a deep breath. Before in their relationship, all they did was, well, talk, and Zim would cling to him a bit. It was always Zim who decided these kinds of things, though, but today Dib wanted to try being in charge, try something new. With such thoughts in his mind, he moved his head forward, hesitating for a moment. Their faces were merely inches apart. Now or never, Dib. Before he could lose his nerve or Zim got impatient, he quickly closed the short inches
Now or
between
never,
them.
Dib.
Now or never, Dib! Zim squeaked in surprise, opening his eyes halfway to look at him questioning. It was definitely new to him. Zim probably never had a kiss before now. They stayed like that for a few seconds before moving away slowly, a dreamy, dazed kind of look on both faces. That was... Tim started licking his lips thoughtfully. Wet, a small smile came to his lips. It didn't even burn. Tib smirked and said, Glad you enjoyed it, Zim. Let's do it again, Zim replied, leaning closer, smile growing wider. And the two were very gay for each other, and this was very progressive and very brave and stunning in 2022, the end. Hashtags. Jesus Christ, this was made in 2010. Well, what do you all
I'm
think?
looking at this. I'm looking at this guy's other works. He does Hetalia stuff.
Oh, really? Wait, we should read a Hetalia fanfic then.
Yes, and
Yeah,
of
that
course we're
isn't
gonna break
like Peach
Wait, I found.
Creek. They has an
No
Eddie
way.
fanfic.
Why do you
Dragon
say that
Age
right now?
fanfic. Good God.
Okay, I
T
found. I
Fortress
found.
2. Mass Effect. Oh boy.
Well, I found this one. Russia and America are running from a horde of zombies. Of course, everything goes wrong. It's all because of Ukraine.
It's only
Because of Ukraine.
1,029 words. 1,129 words.
I want to read that Peach Creek one.
But that's
Okay.
that has 6,000 words on it.
It actually goes by pretty quickly. That's not even half as long as the Amiyumi one was.
Yeah, but still 6,000 words.
There's 2 chapters. How long is chapter 2? It gets way shorter after chapter 1. That's the main chunk of it right there.
Let me find some. Actually, let me find some South Park shit.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Hashtag kiss kiss XOXO.
Austria, blend, yeah, Italia,
I really want to
Batman,
read that Ed and Eddie one. It's got me curious now. Can I read it?
Hanky Panky. Oh, no, there's another Ed and Eddie one with Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, we have to read the Kingdom Hearts one. And the Kingdom Hearts one.
I did this for a contest. We had to take a movie or cartoon and replace it with pairing characters, so here we are. Mainly done for the Moluxion, and the original show was called Ed and Eddie, while the episode I used was called Hanky Panky Hula Blue.
Oh,
Hubbaloo.
wait, hold on.
Hula Baloo.
Which one are you reading?
Give me a minute. How many? There are 4 chapters.
I'm looking for bunny ships, or you'll see what I mean later. I
Doom
literally find.
Story?
I
This
literally
story is
find a
terrible. I
South
bet you're
Park.
wondering what it is now, aren't you? Well, yes. Crossover
I
Sonic the
literally.
Hedgehog and Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that's gonna
Ouch.
be cringe.
Assassin's Creed.
Where the? Hold on.
No, 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 no. I had to actually
Why?
look. What do we got? Give me a show.
South Park. I'm trying to find one for South Park.
South Park. Wow, there's like 19,000 fics of
I
South
should see
Oh
how
Park.
yeah.
many there are for Danny Phantom. That shit is ridiculous.
Oh, there's a bunch of South Park.
23,000.
Oh yeah, there's like fucking like at least 20,000 Danny Phantom ones. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Here's one. I remember like reading a few of them back then in my high school years. Yes, I was actually into that shit.
Let's Go Luna only has one.
Let's go, Luna. That should be a
Breckleberry
social.
only has two.
Oh no, we got what's in the Brickleberry ones?
Train is mightier than the sword. Being conned by Woody and Malloy, Steve and Denzel decide to get even. Another. Oh boy. A Brickleberry rendition of Hitchcock thriller Psycho, with Woody Johnson in the lead role. Steve and Denzel start a revolt to take him down.
That's great Brickleberry fanfiction.
Of course. Stripperella has three.
Barella?
You remember Stripperella?
Kind of. Let me look it up to
Big
make sure I know what you're
City
talking about here.
Greens has six. Bambi and Mr. Whiskers and Earthworm Jim combined has seven.
Look up Earthworm Jim fanfics.
Earthworm Kim 3D.
Stripperella actually was a fucking cartoon.
Don't
should
have a
watch that
cow,
on, like,
man. One shot, as it turns out, cows lead quite interesting
up-
lives.
Looking up crossover. I'm looking up crossover cartoon categories. So we might get some dumb
I
crossover
cleared the
content.
lawn using my lawnmower. As a result, I was told that we could go to the movies. We have to move quite quickly to get into our seats, though. The film was a load of bull, however. Some action flick by Psychro, where the majority of the film was utter chaos. It was made up of B-list actors, none of the medium's great movers and shakers. I had the feeling that given the price of admission, he was trying to milk the audience for all it was worth. Movies are the world's cash cow, after all, though. I have to admit, The Traveler showed a film that looked quite moving. The stampede out of the theater was quite the bull rush. After that, we went home. We live under the one hoof, like our poor neighbors who would have to move out when the cows came home. The next day, I went out. I as I was feeling quite horny. But then I was launched into the air by an earthworm wearing a power suit. Go figure.
Uh,
Now
oh,
note now note that all now note that this entire story that I just read to you as a shit ton, I'm not kidding, a shit ton of cow puns.
That a whole story that you just read? Which one did you read?
That was a shit that was a short story.
Was
It
it
was
the
about
Butters one?
no. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
here.
You know what? Was it the Valentine's Bunny? Oh, don't
Valentine's
have a comment.
Bunny.
Oh, that one.
What is
What a
that
short
one?
story that was. Well, I'll read
uh,
the Valentine's Bunny one. You want it, Corey?
yay.
Yes,
Yay. Can't
please.
wait. Can't wait to relive my teen years. Just
Wait,
not the
you
best.
read this when you were a teen?
No, not precisely this, but similar, fics like this. Especially with this
I
shift.
Angel Girl 158. Yeah, no, this is definitely a right here.
Yeah, this is definitely
That's not the term I meant to use.
As Butters walked to his locker after a second. Okay, no. Let me read that. Valentine's Bunny by Angel Girl 158. Okay, cool. As Butters walked to his locker after second hour, he couldn't help but let out a small sigh. He hated Valentine's Day because he never got a Valentine from anyone. As Butters opened his locker, he noticed bright blue roses in his locker. He smiled and grabbed them. They smelled real, and just like he suspected, there was a small note on the roses. Butters, meet me at locker 169 after school. Don't worry, there will be more. Love, K. Butters stood there. Oh no, this is a Butters Kyle fic, isn't it?
Oh, you'll figure out who the other K is.
Oh, oh, Butters stood there and wondered who K was until he heard the bell ring and he ran to class. Kyle, Kenny, and Kevin, they were all in his class. He sat in English thinking about who could it have been. When the bell rang, he hurried to his locker and he said that there was nothing different on the outside. He typed in his locker combo and found his the inside of his locker door was covered in sticky notes. I love the way you smile and how that smile can make me smile. I love the way you can still be innocent over the years. I love how you can always be kind and gentle to everyone, even me. As Butters read some of the slamming of lockers around him slowly stopped, so he grabbed his book and walked away, making a mental note to read all the sticky notes over his lunch break. And that's break with car brakes, not like the other what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
He slid next to Kenny McCormick. Hiya, Ken. Having a great Valentine's Day? Butters said, noticing the cards girls even some guys have put on his desk. He said, almost as he were upset. Butters nodded and then realized that he needed to get Kyle's, Kenny's, and Kevin's head work to compare to his notes. He looked up at the teacher, talking about how the Pearl Harbor fight with the US and Japan. Then he came to him. Kenny, uh, Kenny, can I see your notes for a second? I missed what he said, Butters said, as trying not to give himself away. His voice seemed to soften at this point. Thanks, Ken, Butters said, looking at the writing on Kenny's notes. He remembered how the note was written neat, as for Kenny's was messy and unreadable. He sighed since he really hoped Kenny was his Valentine. Here you go, Kenny, Butters said, then went back to his list. Kyle or Kevin must have done this whole charade. Butters stood up and asked to use the restroom. As he walked down the hall, he saw Kyle and Stan. Kai, you promised to me not to hate me. You promised not to hate me? Stan said. Yeah, why, dude? Kyle asked. Stan then grabbed Kyle's face and pressed their lips together. Butter's jaw dropped, and then he noticed Kyle was kissing back. Butters ran back toward the door, and when he crashed into Kenny. Oh, sorry, Kenny. Bar- oh, sorry, Kenny. Butters said as he stood up from the ground. Okay, Butters. Here, let me help you up. Kenny said, grabbing Butters' hand to pull him up. Butters felt something in his hand as if there were sparks when Kenny touched him. Thanks, thanks, Ken. So, what are you doing out of the classroom? Butters asked. Oh, nothing, just forgot my book, Kenny said. Butters nodded, then started to walk off before he realized Kenny was writing his on his book. He had it, so why was he out of class? Butters was about to walk away when he heard Kenny cruise. Butters turned around and walked down the hall to see Kenny was trying to open a locker, but not just any locker, Butters' locker. Then Butters noticed Kenny was holding a small box. Kenny, why are you in my locker? Butters asked. Kenny turned around and saw the blond boy as he went pale. Oh no, I can explain, Kenny said as he looked scared. Have you been leaving me all these Valentine's notes? Butters asked. Yes, Butters, Kenny said, sighing and looking away. Butters walked to him and lifted Kenny's face towards his. I love you, Kenny. I was just too afraid to saw anything, Butters said. Really, Butters? 'Cause I love you too, Kenny said. Yes, I do, Butters said. Right. Kenny lowered his head towards Butters and kissed him softly. Neither knew that Stan and Kyle had seen the whole thing. They smiled and watched the two kiss. Looks Looks like everyone is enjoying their Valentine's Day, Giles said, looking at Stan, who was leaning over him. Stan stood up, grabbing his hand, and then they walked away, letting Butters and Kenny kiss. Wow.
Amazing. I have one
that-
last. I have either the one last story or the second to the last story that we can read.
Oh, we got
What?
more to do.
Oh boy. You
I
notice that
love
we've been doing this for
SpongeBob.
3 hours, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, so one last blowout one then. One to really tell all the viewers, you know what? We'll fucking read anything.
We'll read anything. A messy
Even the Bible.
situation. But oh,
Alright,
oh no! I just read the tags.
don't read the. Fuck! I was hoping you wouldn't read the text. Alright, this is gonna be funny. Part 2 of the Max Sponge porn series.
Why? Messy situation. Squidward and SpongeBob have been dating for a few months, and things have been going well, or at least SpongeBob had thought it was going well. In recent weeks, they haven't had sex at all. Squidward would always say that he had to practice more for for his recital coming up,
I
and
thought it said
would be.
rectal come up for a
Yeah, that's what I thought that said. Recital coming up and would be coming home pretty late for a while. This, of course, has left SpongeBob incredibly horny. There was only so much his own hand could do before it didn't quite give him the satisfaction he needed, so he devised a plan. He would get Squidward to fuck him by the end of the week. This is for you, Sage and
Alright.
Bella. Fuck y'all.
Her and SpongeBob have been dating for a few months. Oh wait, no, sorry. Uh,
No,
they
go ahead.
literally just, as the first, I'm not kidding. As the first full paragraph, they literally just repeated the song. Alright, I guess I'm gonna. Then.
Oh.
SpongeBob knew he had to find a way to entice Squidward. He spent most of Monday looking for just the right outfit. He had barely seen Squidward all week, and it was Friday now. But the outfit was supposed to come today. Sponge was just sitting around watching the TV when he heard the doorbell ring. He quickly got up. When he opened the door, a man stood there with a box in his hand. He handed SpongeBob a clipboard. Sign here, please. Oh, sure. He signed it, and the guy handed him his package. Sounds wrong. Thank you. Have a good day. He closed the door quickly and raced upstairs to his room. He ripped open the package and pulled the outfit out. There was a joke made in passing a few weeks ago about Squidward making him clean the house in a maid costume because he always wanted to see SpongeBob in one. And now here stood SpongeBob holding that exact same thing. He knew Squidward would probably be home soon, so he put his new outfit on. SpongeBob looked at himself in the mirror. He gasped. He must have accidentally bought the outfit a size too small, because it fell in just a way that he has to bend over. Just a way that if he was to bend over at all, his entire ass would be out. Not that he was complaining, and he knew Squidward wouldn't either. Black and white dress also helps accentuate his figure. He's a fucking square. He has no figure, alright. Even the white stockings that came with it made his legs seem longer. He looked hot. I don't know what to say about this.
Oh, me neither.
SpongeBob decided he should probably wait downstairs for his boyfriend to come home. He sat down on the couch for only a couple of minutes before he felt too excited and just had to move. He looked around and noticed that his house was a little messy and he was in a maid outfit. SpongeBob laughed as he set out to tidy up his house. SpongeBob was in his kitchen rearranging the cabinets. He was just short enough that he had to stretch out to reach the shelves, which caused his dress to raise and his ass to peek out. The sponge was so caught up in organizing that he didn't hear the door open. He didn't even notice as footsteps made their way towards him. SpongeBob only
Patrick.
realized that he wasn't alone when his boyfriend wrapped his arm around him. Well, don't you look pretty? Squidward told him. Not that I'm complaining, but what prompted this?
God, no.
Oh, we're reading this whole fucking thing. I'll read it anyway. I'm not gonna make you do it though. I have a heart. I have a soul.
Oh.
SpongeBob melted into his touch. I wanted to surprise you. It's been so long since we've done anything. He added a little shake of his hip, pressing his ass into the squid behind him. He heard Squidward groan. SpongeBob felt him start to kiss his neck. What neck? Slightly sucking. The sponge whimpered, already feeling himself start to get hard. I can definitely say that I like this surprise, and I plan to make the most of it.
Oh
SpongeBob turned
God.
around to face Squidward, quickly smashing their lips together. Neither wasted much time. Their kiss was heated. Squidward had bit his bottom lip, and the sponge immediately opened his mouth and felt him slide his tongue in.
I'm going to
SpongeBob
nut
moaned
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob moaned when Squidward had moved his hand and started grabbing his ass. It had been so long since they had done anything, and he was loving it. The two parted from their kiss, breathing heavily. I think we should just move this into the living room since I would. Oh, sorry, hold on. I think we should just move this into the living room, because as much as I would love to fuck you right here on the counter, I have better plans. SpongeBob just nodded as he was dragged into the living room. Squidward plopped down on the couch, pulling SpongeBob with him. SpongeBob straddled the squid and he immediately had his lips back on him. Squidward didn't even try to fight SpongeBob didn't even try to fight Squidward for dominance. He just let him take control. Squidward started making his way down Sponge's jaw and neck, leaving marks in his wake. SpongeBob was getting desperate. He took off Squidward's shirt and let his hand roam his boyfriend's body. He started to grind his ass down, feeling Squidward's bulge and moaning. Fuck, baby, that mouth of yours is being pretty loud, but I think I can find some better ways to occupy it.
Oh God.
The sponge's eyes widened at the implication his boyfriend suggested. Please, I want it so bad! SpongeBob whined.
No. No.
Squidward took him off his lap and pushed him down onto the floor. The sponge looked up at him. He took his dick out, tapping it on his boyfriend's lips. You know what to do. SpongeBob was immediately on him. He started kitten licking the tip.
No. No.
Sorry, your mic is a little bit quiet.
No.
Why does it do that? There it
No.
goes.
No.
Slowly taking the head into his mouth. SpongeBob started to slowly take more and more of Squidward's cock into his mouth, using his hand to pump the part he couldn't take. Squidward had moved his hand onto the sponge's hair. This is not SpongeBob. They're anatomically describing a completely different character here.
With a SpongeBob.
Fuck. If this was Danny Phantom doing it instead of Squidward, this would actually be kind of based. SpongeBob started to SpongeBob started to bob a little faster. Yuck yuck. Moaning on Squidward's length. Vibrations of the moan caused Squidward to groan. Yo, nice bars right there. He pulled the sponge off of them.
Nice
SpongeBob
bars.
Yeah, bars. It's a rhyme. Bars, brother. Bars. Stick bars. Spit and fire. Anyway. SpongeBob whined at the loss of the dick in his mouth and Squidward chuckled. If you want, you can keep sucking off, or I can put it where you really want it.
No.
The sponge perked up and nodded. Yes, please, I need you. His voice slightly hoarse from having the squid's cock in his mouth just moments ago. SpongeBob just vorsed Squidward's penis.
No.
Lean over the table for me, okay? I need to go grab something and then I'll be right back. Squidward told him as he walked upstairs. SpongeBob took off his underwear and he leaned himself over the table, spreading his legs, hoping his boyfriend would enjoy the view. And enjoy it he did. Squidward let out a whistle, his boyfriend's perfect little ass on full display for him. Wow, someone's eager. Sponge just whined, shaking his ass to try and get Squidward to hurry up.
Oh.
He chuckled and then made his way closer to his boyfriend. SpongeBob gasped as Squidward rubbed a hand across his ass, giving it a little slap. You know, when I suggested the maid outfit, I never thought this is what would come of it. But God, I am not complaining. You look amazing right now. He blushed at the compliment. Squidward, please, stop teasing me. He felt another slap on the ass. Don't tell me what to do. Be a good little whore and take what's given to you. The sponge quietly nods. Squidward takes a finger and pushes it into the sponge. He gave a small gasp, but Squidward didn't give him time to adjust before starting to thrust his finger. After all, it was fingers in his ass Sunday. That line isn't in the story. He quickly added another finger and then another. He doesn't have fingers! SpongeBob letting quiet moans fill the air. Squidward started twisting his finger, searching for that one spot. Alright, this writer never watched the show clearly. Squidward is a squid, he has tentacles. That in itself can be a fucking fetish. He doesn't have fingers, this is bothering me so much. Rory, am I alone on this?
No, you're not. My brain is rotting right now.
I feel like you're being bothered by everything but that, though.
Mm-hmm.
He knew as soon as he found it, as SpongeBob let out a loud moan. Squidward started to brutally attack it. He could tell the sponge was getting close to an orgasm when he started to let out loud moans and started to beg, Squidward, Squidward, please! I'm so close! Please let me come, Squidward! You can come all you want, but until I've come, I won't stop. Are you okay with that? SpongeBob nodded his head frantically. Yes, that's fine. Squidward continued thrusting his fingers in and out of SpongeBob. He felt the sponge clench around his fingers, letting out a loud moan. SpongeBob came, the white liquid splashing onto the floor. SpongeBob let out a whine as Squidward took his fingers out of him. Squidward chuckled at his reaction. Do you think you're ready to take my cock? Squidward asked. Yes, please, Squidward! SpongeBob moaned. I need your big girthy cock in me! I need you to ink in me! I need you to ink in me. Fucking top. Oh, now they're getting the fucking anatomy of the squid right. Awesome. Squidward groaned at his words. He quickly situated himself behind SpongeBob. He pushed himself inside the sponge with one thrust. SpongeBob let out a scream. Ah! It's like in that one episode of where they're at the fucking Krusty Krab for 24 hours and he's screaming because he sees the hash-slinging slasher.
Yeah. No.
Squidward barely giving him time to adjust before starting a hard pace. Squidward had a hard grip on SpongeBob's hips, pulling back in time with his hard thrusts. SpongeBob a whining mess underneath him. He knew as soon as he hit the sponge's prostate because he let out a scream. Don't stop! Don't stop! Wait, no, I don't know who's saying that. Squidward sped up his pace. Keeping his relentless pace, he pounded into the sponge. SpongeBob's moans getting louder. Squidward could feel SpongeBob shaking beneath him. I'm so close! I am too, the squid told him. He could feel as SpongeBob clenched around his member as he came. That was all it took for Squidward to come inside the sponge. He gave a few more shallow thrusts before he pulled out. Squidward looked at SpongeBob. He was completely wrecked. Cum dripping out of his asshole and adding to the puddle of his own cum underneath him. Squidward stood up from the floor and took one last look at the sponge, then turned away. Why don't you put that maid outfit to use? We have a mess here. SpongeBob whined as he watched him watch away. That's not a sentence. Standing up on shaking legs, he started to clean the mess that was left by the two's activities. Smile on his face, satisfied. I'm gonna leave a comment here. Hold on.
No. I'm pretty much now scarred for life now after I heard that.
Are you glad that I read it instead of you?
Yes.
Well, I did
I
your
would have
favorite
stopped.
then.
I would have stopped and I would have stopped when Squidward just came home. I would have
I'm gonna
stopped
leave a comment.
there.
I leave a comment that said this gave me Crohn's disease.
Oh wait, no. Instead of freaking. Oh wait, no. Wait, no. Instead of freaking Squidward coming home, it's freaking Mr. Krabs.
Oh God. No, no, that's even
Hey,
worse.
Spongy boy. Hi,
Can I leave a
King.
comment? Yar, SpongeBob! I need your dick in me asshole immediately! Yar, SpongeBob! It's Valentine's Day, me boy! I need to sexually abuse an employee! Come here, me boy!
Okay, where is it at? As I was looking at the crossover fix, and I'm looking at like the different crossover fix Star Versus has. And let me read you some that are bangers. There's there's 4 results for Star versus crossover fix involving Fate Stay Night.
I'll have to read those later. You will have
There's
to read
like
those later, friend.
there's like 2 with Star versus X Warhammer.
Star versus Warhammer. Oh, that's fun.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
let me check those. The realm of chaos and the world that could have been. Oh yeah, I was literally looking through one point. Apparently, there's a crossover effect between South Park and Fist of the North Star.
South South Park of the North Star. Amazing.
Yes, hold on. Let me see if I can find any more Bing. Oh, I found Star versus in Castlevania. Star versus the
Star versus
forces of
Alucard.
sorrow. Star versus the forces of sorrow. There's Fire Emblem, but I haven't know anything about the Fire Emblem lore to care about that. Oh, there's Star versus with Toho. No entries found with current filters. No, M-rated entries are not displayed by default. Oh no. Alright. You think we got time to watch one thing before we start recording?
Watch?
Or react to a thing in a recording, because obviously you can't show the actual footage, or else the recording will get like
Wh-
taken down.
Why? What are we watching?
I'm gonna show it here. Hold on.
I think it might get
All
an
right, I guess
audio claim too as
I
well.
I
I don't
I
know.
think that we should just end the recording here. I think we've done enough shit. Oh wait, next time around, we should read some Fairly Odd Parents fanfics.
Oh
That'd be fun.
God.
Um, as I was thinking, we can reply to this since it's Valentine's Day.
Plus cat full episode. Peg meets cat / the Valentine's Day problem. We can't really record this since
Yeah, audio
it's
claim.
copyrighted.
I don't want audio claim. So
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, fine.
We can just
yeah,
we can just watch it. We'll
there's
find
such thing
it.
as audio claim. So
Fine. I guess no one will know what we feel about the episode unless we react to what we remember of the episode and react to that
All
next
right.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Want me to stream it? Take that into
sure. I guess you're gonna stop the recording.
alrighty.
Yep. You can just edit this
All
last
right.
part out, by the way. That was a fun recording. What did you guys think? We read the Ami Yumi one, and we read like 4 others.
No,
I literally keep thinking some people think I'm into a cult shit since I mentioned briefly the Memphis rap stuff. If we're gonna do this more often, we should have we should have our own like OC persona type characters.
oh
Should,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, doing a fanfic thing. You oh
I do have my like little self-insert type character. I need to use him more often. I might use him for that.
oh my God. Okay.
Uh, Yeah, Corey has Riley and Lighter. You might have to make some bootleg version of whoever you're using as your profile picture right now.
I'm just gonna have it be me, I guess. Or make a fucking like
Yeah.
Chinese bootleg Nox from Wakfu or some shit.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think you can like make some robo-looking OC similar to him.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Alrighty.
Corey, did you stop the recording yet?
I just